Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock. My name is Joe. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United. I mean, you can see it already versus Manchester City. I'm joined by fellow Manchester United fan Joe McGrath. We need to at least have sort of numerical dominance on this table.
Oh, 100%, because if it goes wrong, we can still shout louder, can't we?
We could beat him up.
Well, no, he's a wrestler.
Oh, that's true.
Over
We're joined by Ant McGinley as well from, of course, the Wrestling with the Champ podcast. You've been on before. You've been on for derbies. It's sort of becoming a staple at this point.
Yeah, I like to be known as Mr. 12 Seconds after the last one.
Yeah, well, you were known that before the last one as well, so, let's not get carried away. We've got loads coming up, obviously, on the show. We're going to hear from Ronaldo and Angelina as well at half-time. Obviously, it's just a massive game. Let's just get straight into the lineup. We're going to get the graphic up in just a couple of minutes, but before that, let's go through the team. And United, of course, have released it in number order, which just does my head in.
It's so boring.
And even to make it one step more annoying, they do it in number order, but still start with Onana, who's number 24.
Yeah.
So it's not actually number order, it's goalie and then number order.
Yes.
Which, what fucking kind of order is that? Anyway, as you can maybe see, I'm a little bit stressed. Onana in goal. I'm going to try and piece this together as we go along. A back four of, Jesus Christ, I've seen it.
Jesus, is it?
Dallo. Oh no.
Lindelof,
No,
Evans.
no. Dallo, Evans, Maguire, Lindelof.
That, I'm done.
No Varane.
I am done.
No Maguire. No Varane. No Reguilon.
Maybe
Okay.
it's actually
I
the
am
order.
Right. Done.
let's go through the rest of this because it might get better.
That is crazy.
Then we've got a midfield of no Casemiro
On
either.
the screen there, if you have a look there.
So we've got a midfield of Amrabat, Ericsson, and Bruno Fernandes. Jesus Christ, a very attacking midfield, and a front three of let me get that right. A midfield of Amrabat, McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes, or Amrabat, McTominay, and Ericsson probably, with Fernandes on the right, Rashford on the left, and Højlund up front. But the crucial key thing here, United centre-back partnership to play against Manchester City is Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. Joe McGrath.
It's just like, how is Manchester United still in a situation like this in 2023? You saw last season when there was a bit of hope against City, lost the first one in the season. Unfortunate. Second one, they come to Old Trafford, you beat them. You should build on that.
Yeah.
How are we going backwards? It's phenomenal, isn't it? I know injuries have really hampered us this season, but that is so worrying.
Yeah.
Like, that is generally, Halloween is here, that is scary.
Yeah.
That back four is crazy.
I find it interesting they haven't actually announced the position, so maybe he's going to play your top goal, your informed goal scorers up front. So you're going to play your top two, Maguire and McTominay.
Yeah, get them up front because they can score. Put Højlund at the back, he's good in the air. That is a genuinely surprising team. Let me go through the subs as well because that makes things even more surprising. So we've got Bayenda as obviously the substitute goalkeeper. Then Varane is on the bench.
Right.
Reguilon is on the bench.
Oh.
So they must just not be fit enough.
But what's the point of, unless you pick up an injury, what's the point of bringing on, or even a booking?
Because I assume that the thinking is even a half-fit Varane is better than we don't have any other centre-backs in the club.
Would not
We literally don't have any other centre-backs at the club other than, Will Fish. I think he's out on loan.
If Varane's got 45 minutes in him,
Yeah.
I'd rather him play the first 45.
Would you?
And steady the ship. If we're 3-0 down at half time, you won't be going,
Yeah,
let's bring Varane on now.
Yeah, but imagine we're 3-0 down at half time and then you have to take Varane off. Do you know what I mean?
No, because
that's even worse.
You'd hope that you wouldn't be 3-0 down.
Yeah, I know, but we know from last season when Varane limped off as a sub, I think we were 3-0 down to City at the Etihad, that just because Varane's starting doesn't mean we don't lose. I think it, obviously,
This could be an absolute...
Obviously, it's a fitness issue, but it's a stinking shame that United don't have any other centre-backs available. Reguilon's also on the bench. We've also got Hannibal. Mainu back on the bench as well, which is good to see.
great.
Mason Mount, and then obviously Anthony, Garnacho and Martial as well. So a relatively strong bench from United. You could argue stronger than our starting 11. Look at that.
That's some real tactics going on there, some real mind games.
Yeah. What do you, when you see that team, and obviously, licking your lips there with that back two, Maguire and Evans?
So, the thing is, with it being a derby,
Yeah.
you're always going and literally you look over the last sort of 6 or 7 seasons.
You're leaning on your mic
Sorry.
a little bit. As much as it pains me to hear it, I think
you look over the last 6 or 7 seasons,
yeah,
and there hasn't been that consistency that we've shown against other teams.
Right.
You know, like last season being the perfect example. You know, very comfortable. You know, it wasn't as close as it looked at 6-3.
Yeah.
But then
No,
we come to you and lose on a controversial offside.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
but a controversial offside, but it wasn't a great performance from City.
No,
and
it wasn't.
We looked like equals. I thought in that game.
And the thing is with that, and it seems to be there is something about United that does that. But as you say, with that team, and I'm looking at who we've got, and we've not gone through the City squad yet at the minute. But when you look at the pace, the trickery, the strength that you've got in there, I don't know. I know that Pep rates Johnny Evans, but again, when you're playing him alongside Maguire, maybe his form's picked up after getting that goal in the last couple of weeks. He was away with England as well. I still think Rashford.
Pep Guardiola now thinking, fucking hell, let's just absolutely run rings.
Let's
around
go
them.
for him. Let me read the City team out, and then we can sort of add this all together for our conclusion. So City going for a more standard formation-based list. Edison in goal, and then a back four of Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Gvardiol. Presumably, it could be a back five, maybe we've seen Bernardo Silva play at sort of left wing back at times, haven't he? But as it stands, it looks like a back four. Rodri, as is more commonly known, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Grealish, Alvarez, and Haaland. One thing I will say about that team, it's not. I mean, obviously Haaland's rapid. It's not the fastest sort of front four, sort of wing wise. Maybe that's part of Ten Hag's thinking that it's not going to be as many balls in behind it. It's going to be crosses in from wide.
Ten Hag didn't know that they weren't going to play Doku, and Doku's fucking rapid.
Yeah,
no, but I guess you could predict it.
But again, he's going to come on. You see him in the second half, and if you're saying you haven't got the fitness in your defence, that's going to destroy them. I mean, he's going to run rings. I mean, the thing for me is, like, obviously all the focus has always been about Haaland, but Alvarez for me is the informed player that we've got, and we've had end of last season. I mean, in fact, you could say all the way through last season, and this season he's been phenomenal form as well. Yeah. And so I think the danger is if you've put on playing a certain defensive way to deal with Haaland, you're not going to deal with the other problems.
To be fair, based on United's team, obviously we've got it up there now, which is great. I don't think that is a selection based on choice. That is a selection not based on like injuries and restrictions. Because there's no way a fully fit Varane doesn't start ahead of Johnny Evans, surely. I mean, hopefully Ten Hag will get asked about it in the build-up, but I can't see a world where we're starting Johnny Evans over Raphael Varane, can you? Assuming Varane's fully fit.
Assuming Varane's fully fit. I'm just sort of a little bit shell-shocked by it. I need to... Obviously, as soon as the game goes, we'll get over it and we've got back United, but just seeing that starting 11, think is that the best we've got? And that back four will have a real big test today. I mean, fair play. Maguire's been doing all right recently. Yeah, he's been, but all right is still 6 out of 10 for a good Premier League standard centre back. But considering how poor he was recently, you can only see glimmers of a little bit of hope there. Maybe you'll see it as a big opportunity today to step up and keep City at bay. But I really struggle. And Haaland loves a derby because obviously he's got a little bit of hatred for United. He's not scored a hat-trick in, 4 or 5 games? So,
you signed Ighalo instead of signing him?
Yeah, he's probably due one. So, I don't want my Sunday to be ruined. But we've got to give it our all. Yeah. Look at Rashford. Rashford needs a good game soon. This could be it. Højlund get a goal in, There's positives, but it's hard to see right now.
I think the confidence is the issue here. And I think you've had question marks over Onana and Maguire. Yeah. And just because of his age, Evans as well, though he's been a quality player over the years. And I think if you've got one player in your back line that's you've got a question mark about, that's one thing. But to have 2 or 3, I can understand why you're having doubts, especially when we've not been putting in as many goals as we have in past seasons, but when we've got those players up front,
got the ability to.
That can cause problems.
You look at that team. I mean, you could say. You could say none of that back four are either first choice or starting in their first choice position. That is unfortunate for United, isn't it? I know obviously we're looking at this and we're shitting it, and rightly so, but it is difficult to pick a team. Again, we'll have to see what's going on with Varane because he's on the bench, but I'm assuming he's injured or not fully fit. But when you've got Martinez injured, you've got clearly Varane not fully fit, you've got Luke Shaw injured, you've got Tyrell Malacia injured, you've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka injured. We're kind of in a place where that's about as good as it gets, in it? And that is unfortunate. It's not just like, oh, United are shit, look how shit our defence is. We're in a really bad bit of luck in terms of defensive injuries, aren't we?
Yeah. Is there anything to do with how United have dealt with... I'm trying to say, is it luck or is there any coincidence with this? Like, are they players... Obviously, they go out and they give it all for United and then they pick up a knock and that's worrying. But to have those 5 defenders all out, is that just coincidence, or are we doing something wrong? Are the coaches doing something wrong, or are our doctors or staff doing something wrong? Where we literally have the point where most of our first team defenders are out. Yeah. Any other club that'd be seen as a bit of a disaster, and there'd be a big inquiry into it. You know, it's a multi.
Was just to give you another perspective. Jeremy Doku's had terrible injuries. He's had terrible problems with injuries, and that was the question mark. And he's come in, he looks amazing. We had the same thing when we signed Gundogan. He came in, first thing he did was have 2 knee operations. But obviously there's something in that setup there at City that they've gone, even with this, we can still see the talent and the quality, and we'll work with him and look after him. But maybe that's, I don't know if that's the pressure that's coming on, that you've got to perform, but then you'd think, surely, with the value of these players and what's at stake, you're not going to push them to breaking point deliberately.
You're not, but it just feels baffling, and it feels like it's a problem. If you see this as a United, I know it's obviously a sport, but if this was like people look at it like a business, this is a real disaster within the team, and you can't perform to the best of your ability because something is going wrong. Now, obviously, you can't help it if they pick up a knock on the pitch because they're in a competitive game. But are they picking up knocks in training? Are they doing something wrong? And it's like, well, what? This needs to change.
Surely it's being looked at, though. Like,
or is it because the fact is, you've done, like, your last 2 games, you've won a couple of games in a row.
Yeah.
Like, the game midweek was a lucky win, last-minute penalty save. You know, you could have all gone out the window at that point. Yeah. And you've had a few games like that this season where you've picked up the 3 points when actually you weren't the better side.
Yeah.
And so, in other seasons, we would have been sat here saying it's championship winning form when you play badly, and you still get the result. And so maybe what's happened is not saying that you're going to go on and win the league, but what I'm saying is because you've been getting those results, luckily without or otherwise, maybe those problems with the injuries have not been addressed as well as they should have.
Yeah, I don't know. It is just so frustrating, isn't it? And the thing I would say is that I don't see a world where we aren't keeping an eye on who's injured, why they're injured, looking into problems if there keeps being the same sort of injuries. Like, I think like the Casemiro one, that happened on international duty, so you can't blame United. I do think one thing that I thought of when you were saying that, and is like last kick of the game, United are still shitting it against Copenhagen.
Yeah.
And we see this. I know obviously we lost in the end, but last kick of the game, we're at home to Galatasaray, and it is still 100% effort, 100% energy. We saw this a lot last season. After we lost that first Europa League group game against Sociedad at home, we essentially had to win every single game. And because we made them all difficult, and what was it, Young Boys at home where we won in the last second or whatever it was, the players don't get any rest on the pitch. You look at City, they're subbing players off after 60 minutes,
rotation's
you're 2-3-0 up, and you can drop from 100% intensity to 75 and still win the game. United have to be 100% intensity for 100% of our games at the minute because we're never more than a goal up. So that you can never like rest or rotate. That's got to be playing a big role. Like, United played almost every game they could last season and barely won any by more than 1 goal.
Yeah.
So the players are never getting a rest. I think it's just an accumulation of things, but it is so disappointing when you see, and no offence to obviously any of them lot, but that back 4 is not what you want when you're playing one of the best football teams in history. You don't want no single player who is the first choice in that position. That's just not helpful, is it? And even look at the midfield. You could argue no single player there. I mean, maybe Amrabat is, but Eriksen doesn't always start when everyone's fit. No. Scott McTominay doesn't start when everyone's fit. Like, I don't know what's going on with Mason Mount. He's 60 million quid and he can't start a game over Scott McTominay or Christian Eriksen. He needs to work out what he bought him for and start playing him in that. Well, I mean, he certainly didn't veto it. I think they've all got I don't know the exact number of people, but there's a thing at United where the manager, the chief exec, I think the owners have as well, and the scouting team, maybe one more. But all of these people have a power to veto any given transfer. So if they say it's just not happening, it doesn't happen. Obviously, so they all have to agree on things. So he clearly didn't say, I don't want Mason Mount, he's not for me, I'm vetoing this transfer. And I think Mason Mount's good, and he looked quite good when he came back after the international break. I thought he had a couple of good games, we've not really seen him since. I just think maybe we're still in the process of finding his role, but it's just disappointing to look at that team. We'll focus on the positives because I don't want it to all be negative, but you see that side, and it's noticeably diminished, even from the already diminished teams we've been putting out over the last couple of weeks. And who thought Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans, who, 3 months ago, wasn't even a United player and never looked like he would be starting the biggest game of the season at Old Trafford.
When we signed him in the summer for like a short spell, it was just before the tour, wasn't it, to America? Yeah. And we thought,
to help him rehab from his injury.
Yeah. We thought, he's coming on a bit of a holiday here. We'll get him back up to shape and we'll use him in some of the games. And it was quite a like little nostalgia trip during the summer. It's summer, innit? There's no serious football to be playing. And he was good. And now he's our centre-back for a Manchester derby. And we have got to rely on him to try and stop the world's best striker from scoring
and probably the world's seventh best striker. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I like Johnny Evans, but he's played most of his career at Leicester and West Brom.
And confidence as well is a massive thing going into it.
Shit.
How does Ten Hag get that defence confident and ready? Because that's one of the biggest tasks Ten Hag has got to do today, is get them four down and go, you've got this. But can he do it? I just don't know.
I wonder if the players are kept separate from noise like this, us talking about it. Because the thing is, if the players are going out there thinking like you two are, it's over already.
Yeah. You'd have to assume, though, that they look at it and go, this isn't our first choice 11. This isn't our... I don't know.
But sometimes that backs against the wall mentality
maybe.
can bring out performance.
So on that,
use that as a positive.
This was the next thing I wanted to say, is you would think maybe with that back four, we might just go, right, get Hannibal in with his legs. Yeah. Sit back. Let's defend. Let's maybe even play. I don't even know. Like Anthony comes back well and drops back. Get 4 defenders in there. Yeah. But that midfield is quite attacking, really. Like McTominay's not particularly. Although then again, who else have we got? This is it, isn't it?
It is. It. This is live mental breakdown of me and Joe as we realise that is a bad team.
Yeah,
but
we do have, and I predicted this in the preview because I thought this would happen, Mr. Prediction. We have got 4 central midfielders on the pitch, which I thought we would do to help pack out that midfield. We did it last season against you, didn't we? We played, I think it was Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno and Fred all started. And that really did sort of...
And Fred had one of his good games.
Was brilliant.
Fucking hell, Fred.
And so maybe we're looking for a similar thing there where in attack we see this formation, the 4 sort of 3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call it. And then in defence, it's almost like a sort of 4 diamond 2 formation where Bruno tucks right in and you see 3 behind the ball. But I don't know.
I think maybe they're playing towards the weakness that City have shown season after season after season, which is being caught on the counter. Yeah. Right? And with the pace of... I mean, how fast is Højlund? I've not seen much.
Very quick. He's very good.
So with those 2 players, that's what's caught us out time and time again. And so maybe if that's... And that's something that we've never seemed to come up with a solution for, apart from just not give the ball away.
Well, I think in City's sort of system, to a certain degree, there isn't really a solution for it. If you're playing really high up the pitch, there's always going to be a gap behind you. So you mitigate it by, like you said, never giving the ball away, scoring your chances and not letting them score theirs. But high pressing teams, high line teams will always have that weakness because that's it's just a physical reality of the space on the pitch. And that's why I think Tottenham have done so well against you in recent years, because they play good counter-attacking football. I wonder if they'll actually struggle this season more. Now they're also playing high line, high possession football.
Tottenham away is your bogey team, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God, we've not won at White Hart Lane since Pep.
You've not scored, have you?
I don't
think you've scored a goal.
I think that can't be right. Only when we played them at when they were at Wembley.
Yeah, you've not scored at the new Tottenham Stadium.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So
it's because we're upset they took the cheese room away. That's why.
What's that?
We were going to have a cheese room in the initial plans
in the new stadium.
Yeah, and then when the whole thing went over budget and they pulled in, they just got rid of the cheese room at the end. Yeah, can you imagine that with your pints?
Must have cost too much cheddar.
Nice.
Bit of a laugh there.
That's lovely. That
you got one?
They'll be regretting that. We've got a couple of super chats.
That was a good one.
Oh,
nice. Biff says we are getting battered 6-0 with this lineup. Biffs.
Oh, Biff.
Yeah. Bivs.
Is your Biff like?
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
I thought it was just. You have a.
I thought it was another name for the private part.
Yes. Man1 DJ says, do you guys want Ten Hag in charge of transfers for another summer? He wanted over 200 million of 400 million, I don't know what that means, and costed United in the loss of 3 players, De Gea, Ronaldo, Sancho. Sancho hasn't gone. De Gea ran out of contract. Ronaldo left. Yeah. I mean, I don't want the manager entirely in charge of transfers anyway, because why do we even have a scouting department if the manager's doing that?
I think our scouting department needs. When's the last time you get a nice player in for 20 million, 25 million, and he becomes this worldie?
Do you want Calvin Phillips?
No, I don't want Calvin Phillips. I mean, you City have there's some players in City's team where you go, well, that was a bit of a waste. But more often than not, they have got a great turnover of bringing in players that aren't exactly.
And the annoying thing with City is because they win so much, even the players that didn't work, like Ferran Torres, you sell him for either a profit or what you got him for. Because it's like, well, they're City, so he must be all right.
Torres doing all right at Barcelona. I don't think he is it?
Not really. He's doing fine.
I think they've got injury problems again, but they're bringing in all the youngsters. They've got injuries and suspensions. 16 and 17-year-olds scoring from.
Yeah, but really, players like Sané and Palmer and like I said before, Torres and stuff, and even Gabriel Jesus sort of surplus to requirements at City. You get 50 million quid for him because you're seen as, well, he played for City for 3 years, so he must be at least very good and maybe even world class. So
and the thing is, with City, we give them stick because obviously the rivalry there, and they don't necessarily obviously spend a good bit of money, but they've just got the right people doing the right job.
Yeah,
and essentially, if you can find the right people that fit the job description that you need for director of football and scouts and that, you get success. And I think like good football clubs can be run like that and without costing too much money.
But
we've got some people in jobs. I don't know if they fucking know what they're doing.
We had that for years. Yeah, we did.
You dominated
right
that.
People in the right job, and it feels like it just feels like we've not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How long till we get our lives ruined?
30 minutes. Jake says, how come City's in the Premier League with 115 charges? We don't really know. Have you ever seen that episode of Simpsons where Mr. Burns, he has a health check, and they're like, Mr. Burns, we've detected every known disease in your body, and then it zooms in, it's just a doorway, and all the diseases are trying to get through at once, so none of them can get through. So they're not actually affecting him. That's what City's like. They've got all known charges, but no single one can penetrate because they're all sort of clogging each other up. I think that's how it works.
I mean, wouldn't it feel better to just beat us on the pitch than on charges?
Well, yeah, but it's easy to beat someone on the pitch when you're cheating, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It does help.
What is happening there?
If you just reach over and you play Monopoly, you just nick everyone else's money off them.
From what I hear on the City side of things, they're very cool about the whole thing.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
and they've got the best lawyers in the world, and they beat it last time.
There's 115,000 charges or whatever.
Yeah. 150 million.
A lot of these are so-called minor charges.
Oh, are they?
So
fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
how many major charges? I don't know.
Is it like your driving test? Surely 100 minors. You fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Just minors. Fucking hell.
Just a constant stream of minor charges. Just on the obviously, presumably, I don't know what your thoughts on it are, but I think to most people who aren't City fans, and maybe even some City fans, it feels as though City have done either everything they possibly can to bend the rules within an inch of them snapping, or they've snapped them. Like, there's no way that City have just sort of gone, we'll just play things normally. They've really pushed it, and they may have stepped over the line. I think they've stepped over the line. It looks like they have.
I think that there's a lot of pushing that's been happening for a while. You look at, they've just changed the rules after what Chelsea have been doing, signing players on these 8-year contracts, 7-year contracts, so they can manage the funding better, the way the finance goes. And I mean, Barcelona is an exception, but let's just concentrate on what we've got over here. And I think, there's no way for us to know here what's happened. All we know is that they have been charged. It relates to stuff that goes back quite a long time.
Yeah.
Right. But all I would say is, in terms of what they've created, what they've put there, in terms of the legacy for City going forward, they can't take away, right? They might take away trophies, right? But we've still, as fans, got the experience of going through and winning them. they can't take away those memories, as they say.
Yeah, but I tell you what would be great if maybe they can't take away your memories. They can give us memories of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming out on the pitch and lifting 2 Premier Leagues that he could have won. How good would that be? Or 1 Premier League. Sorry, Jose gets one as well.
But I don't think that, because it's happened a few times with Olympic athletes who people have failed drugs testing and it's all come out later, and then they've been presented their gold medal by the delivery guy from Every on the doorstep, just coming around.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine that, you take a photo with it.
Just in a plastic bag like a goldfish in a fair.
No, put it in the blue bin, mate. I'm not home.
We'd certainly be happy with that. But just on the Chargers thing, from because obviously I pay attention to football news, but not probably quite as closely to City as you do.
Yeah.
Is there any rumours or hint of when we might hear anything about that?
No. So that's
just gone.
The thing is, it is a Premier League procedure, and as far as we know, there's only 3 people that will have the say on it. So it's going to be, I suppose it's like a magistrate's court, effectively.
Yeah, or like a boxing judges.
Yeah.
So
it's going to come down to that. They still present the evidence in terms of barristers, I think, are in doing it. The only thing that worries me is the barrister that I think we've hired is the one that presented evidence for Boris Johnson at something recently, which doesn't bode well.
No, not necessarily. Have we got any quotes from any managers or anything?
Boris Johnson?
I don't think so.
I just want to draw your attention to the league table.
Please do.
As it stands, United 6 points behind Man City.
Oof.
I'll go through the.
So what you're saying is a win today.
You took the words right out of my mouth. A win today.
Hey.
So Tottenham are on 26 points. Tottenham on 26, Arsenal 24, City on 21, and obviously we can sort of go down from there. United on 15, 6 points behind. A win today would put United 3 points behind Man City. A loss, 9 points behind Man City. Obviously you can do that math yourself, but just so it's been said. How important is today just in terms of the league, let alone Ten Hag's future, let alone how it feels to live in Manchester, but just from a league perspective, what are your aims for the season at this point, and how big is today in terms of achieving them?
From looking at what we talked about before with injuries, when it boils down to the fact that some of our key players are out, to make sure we keep on just getting 3 points here, there and everywhere until we can build back a fully fit, great starting 11. We don't want our starting 11 to be coming back and being 20 points outside the top 4 and there's a mountain to climb. You want to be in touching distance or even inside top 4, so then when we do get the Casemiros, the Luke Shaws, when Højlund does start picking up form, when Rashford finally becomes the player we knew him last season and we're in the mix, then it means that the back end of the season just got to keep doing what we're doing. Whereas now, if we get beat and you start falling down that table when you've got other teams coming up, Newcastle definitely back in it, Brighton doing really well this year, Aston Villa even, and then you've got Tottenham, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. There's 7 teams there that have got great form and could potentially get above us this year. So right now, getting 3 points, no matter how poor we actually are on the pitch, is doable. It's a bit like FC Copenhagen. We couldn't have got beat at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Or even draw would have been catastrophic for our Champions League hopes. Now we've got 3 points. We are still in that mix. Who knows what the next 3 games will mean? But that was so important, that 3 point.
Can I offer you a tiny sort of very thin filament of hope, of good news, should I say?
Yeah.
All the teams below us have already played. So even
What
if
do
we
you
lose,
mean?
we can't drop down a place.
Right. That's great.
So that's quite good news, isn't it?
How far? Yeah. How far are we?
I mean, obviously, with West Ham losing today, that means that 9th down to 20th, which is all the teams below us, have played their 10 games. So no matter what happens now this weekend, we're staying in.
Everton just won. So that's 3 points to Everton. So what are they on? 13.
They're on. I think this was a live update. So they're on 10 now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to say because there's the rumours about them that minus 12 points with them their charges.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm -2. What a crack! I tell you what.
I know. Get your thoughts in the comments on that team. Get your thoughts in on the game generally. Curtis Covino says, I know that the cycle of sacking managers is not a good idea, but Ten Hag is begging for it here. In what sense?
I don't know if he's begging for it. What do you think of Ten Hag from outside looking in?
So when you brought him in, I thought that was a solid move, and I think he's done. He's had some tough challenges since he came in. Ronaldo was a difficult situation to handle, seeing as he.
Do you think he did the right thing with that?
I think he did. Yeah. I think he did.
He can't have him. No. Like, look at how Pep dealt with Cancelo. He did a lot less publicly than Ronaldo. Like, you can't be having that, surely. I know you're saying that.
But I think Pep's done that with players before you've even known it's out there.
That's true.
He's got rid of them and he's gone. I think Ronaldo does something different because there was something of the diva, let's be honest, about that, in going there. And I think, had he been at any club, I think they would have ultimately had to have gone that way as well. Yeah. I think what he's done before in his coaching is solid. You know, he turned Ajax back into a force again. I think the way, you know, some of the ways he's played, some of the ideas he's brought in. He's brought you a trophy as well.
Yeah,
for the
first time in 6 years.
And that's the thing. That's so important. And I think the thing is like, and where we're at it now, and you were at it before, when you're in that mode where you're expecting to win a trophy every season, a title, something like that. Yeah. When you drop off, right, you kind of have a sense of entitlement that comes from it. And I think the thing is, you know, once you start getting back to that, there's so many clubs that haven't even got close to that. Yeah. Right, that have played really well season after season and not even touched the sides. I think the way he handled that, I think the way he's handling just being the manager of United, especially with everything that's going on above him, with this sale that wasn't a sale that dragged on as well. That's an uncertain environment for him to be in as well. So I think in the most difficult of circumstances, to be where he is now in the table, as you say, with that team and managing to get results when you've not necessarily deserved them, I think he has the makings of a good manager. I think he definitely has. And I think just imagine what it's like, put it this way, if everything was sorted in the box, say the Glazers were gone, somebody else came in, everybody was happy with, and you were away with your injuries, would you be happy with Ten Hag then?
Yeah, definitely. If he had a great team, if he had City's team, I don't think he would, you know, I'm not going to argue whether he'd do better than Pep or not, but I think he would challenge for the league with your team. I really do believe that. And obviously, United have to get that team, and people criticise his recruitment and stuff like that, but I do think if you gave him a top team, he would do very good things with it. And he won a trophy with this team. He would challenge. We challenged for the FA Cup. We got to the final, and obviously slightly freakish circumstances, probably deserved to lose, but weren't embarrassed in the final. You know, we got to the quarter final of the Europa League and went out in, again, sort of bizarre circumstances with a mixture of giving up a 2-0 lead at home and a cataclysmic performance from David De Gea in the second leg. But yeah, if he had a brilliant team, he'd win big trophies. I'm sure he would. So we just got to get to that point, I think. You know,
I think you're right. It's some of the headlines as well that he's had to deal with and go through as Manchester United manager. Some managers deal with these headlines maybe once in their career, from the stuff like Greenwood and Anthony recently as well, and then to the Ronaldo stuff.
Absolutely.
But even just like Sir Bobby Robson passing away. This is Bobby Charlton.
Bobby Robson did pass away, but
passed away. Do you know why I was reading about that the other day? Because I was just going through the old players that are sadly no longer with us. So he's in my mind. Sir Bobby Charlton passing away. There's a monumental moments that are the headlines around the world, and he's got to deal with that whilst dealing with the club going through a massive sale and the players
injuries.
I think he just wants to focus on the fact on 90 minutes of football. Yeah. That's what he wants to do, but he's got so much going on in the background that it must be tricky, and I think some fans are really getting on his back.
And I can understand why the fans are unhappy, absolutely. But the thing is, it's like, are they directing it at the right person, and does that help the situation? And the thing is, you've got a very emotional day today. You've got, you know, you're gonna have the tribute at the start of the match. You know, he's a player, and you know, as you said, Bobby, what a player for England. I mean, that whole family, the Charlton family as well. You know, what a service they gave in terms of football in this country. I know it's a big loss, not just to United, but to the city as well, to the city of Manchester, to all of English football, and. You know, so that's going to be an emotional day. Yeah. But this is the thing. There's been so much emotion around the club since Ten Hag came in. We're even going further back before that. There's been that emotion around the players. There's been the emotion around the sale, the ownership, all that kind of stuff.
Even the emotion around Sir Alex leaving, and then how things have sort of tumbled and sort of limped and crumbled since then. Like you said, the club has been so full of emotion just constantly almost for the last
and
10
really,
years.
all he wants to do is get 3 points or win a
what
90
we
minute
need
game
is
of
just all
football.
come together and have a big cry.
Yeah.
I think it
may
will be
happen.
emotional. It'll be emotional today as well. And you brought up just before we came on air, and I think you said you talked about it before about can United deal with that. I mean, we're just looking at Old Trafford here.
Yeah.
So Bobby Charlton, a massive, where the circle is in the halfway line, a massive sort of black print out of Sir Bobby Charlton with the what was it? Is that, I can't go with that, on 1937?
That's 1937.
Yeah.
What a life he led as well.
Just the word great, when we spoke about this obviously over the last couple of weeks, but the word great is just perfect for him, isn't it? Because it's not just, he's not just brilliant and good, but there is a greatness and a sort of a breadth to his life and his experience and what he did that, like, very few people ever, let alone footballers, have gone through that kind of
quite humble as well,
that kind of tragedy,
well.
and with the personality he did it with as well. Yeah, just such a great.
And
man
also as well, I always got the impression that, he had a connection with the dressing room.
Yeah.
For the last 50 years or so, that he was. Well, I don't know if he was actually in the dressing room from time to time.
I think at times,
but it felt like he was involved with a lot of that. And
well, that's what I think for us. Obviously, never saw Robert Charlton play, but we always knew when United were doing well because he'd be in the background of pictures and he was always there, and the trophy list to the lifts to the celebrations to the big nights at Old Trafford. You'd always see Sir Bobby Charlton,
who put some words out today in the programme, talking about how Charlton was influential and instrumental in Fergie joining United and being given the freedom to carry on being the manager that he was at Aberdeen. He sort of explained his philosophy and his ideas, and that he wanted to bring that to United, and Charlton was there saying, that's what we want. That's the man we want.
Didn't he play a role in keeping Ferguson as well?
I think, that's the story as well. Yeah, when obviously it looked like United was, when Fergie wasn't taking things in the right direction, and Charlton was one of the people who said stick with him and it'll work, and it did. But yeah, just an absolutely immense personality and character and player, and like I said this before, but ending your career, obviously he wasn't a sort of central midfielder in the traditional sense that we would have now, but a midfielder by all accounts, or an attacking midfielder, whatever, ending his career as Man United, the best team in England, and England's top goal scorer as well. Just the output and the creativity and the brilliance is just amazing, isn't it? So yeah, we can't say enough, and we won't get sick of saying stuff about Bobby Charlton.
A brilliant respect to him today, I guess, as well, like they did on Tuesday.
Ten Hag's just having a bit of an interview with Sky Sports, and we'll get some quotes from that in just a moment, but I'm presumably he's going to be being asked about this starting 11.
Yeah, well, on the TV in front of us, they cut to Eriksen, so I guess one of the questions was about him and his role and what he might be doing today. Yep. So I think the questions would be, as well as talking about the defence, weighted a little bit towards, talk to us about your midfield. It's quite heavy with McTominay, Amrabat, Eriksen all in there, Bruno in there.
Bruno as well. And
Sky's starting 11 had... it's like a 4-1-4-1 formation. Amrabat just ahead of the defenders and 4 midfielders a little slightly upwards, and then Højlund by himself. Do managers have to provide the formation? No.
I don't think so. Because you see it often where they'll get it wrong, or I think they just give the line up.
I mean, for City, it's been like that for years. It's just been guessing, and it's only like when they line up for kickoff, and then often they line up for kickoff and then change straight away.
Yeah, just to get in your heads.
I know we focus a lot on United, and I don't want to focus too much on City because unfortunately it is hard to sit here and take the piss that much because you're just good. But what have you made of the start of the season this year? Because it's but again, it's almost becoming typical City, isn't it? You don't start that well, and then you end sensationally and sweep everything up.
Yeah, I think there's a little adjustment period going through the gears with changes in personnel, with injuries and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think the one thing we've noticed is how, and we always knew how important Rodri was, because that slump that we've had coincided with his suspension.
All 3 games he was suspended for.
Yeah. Which we haven't done often since Pep came in, and I honestly think that this is now, obviously we've had those 2 away games in a row that we've lost. I don't think we're going to lose today. That's not being arrogant. It's just looking at the form and looking at what we've got, and I think the danger here is that this is the start of that getting into gear, motoring forward. I mean, I've been so impressed with Doku since he came in. Like, I was really worried by his injury history. It's been incredible. Alvarez has just continued to hit the heights.
Yeah.
Haaland, the thing is, there's been so much talk about Haaland and how he's not been doing it, and yet he's averaging a goal a game still.
Yeah.
For what he's doing.
I think that's the thing. Just looking at Marcus Rashford here now, the thing with United is not only has the injuries been poor, the actual players that play haven't been stepping up too much. Like, haven't been hitting the heights. Rashford, he could do some more goals. 1 goal this season in the Premier League, and I think they said there on the screen in 700 minutes. It's like he wasn't like that last season,
and he loves a derby, doesn't he?
He does love a derby.
So why can today be the day where he picks things up a bit? I want it to be, but why is it not happening?
I don't know. I don't know. I do think that not being able to control games, things have a knock-on effect. Obviously, it's not just. Obviously, Rashford isn't playing well. Bruno isn't playing well. Højlund is playing well, but not scoring. Whatever. That is in itself a problem. But you can trace it back to Casemiro's been having poor games. Yeah. He's not been, we've not been holding the ball very well. Eriksen can't play 90 minutes, so you're sort of playing for half a game, or then you bring McTominay in, who, and I keep saying this, and I don't, not to be sort of cruel, but after 35 minutes the other day against Copenhagen at home, our central midfielder, Scott McTominay, had made 8 passes.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
obviously,
so how can one of your creative engines in the middle be creating for the teams
McTominay
around
thing
him
is
if they ain't
interesting
touching the ball?
Because everyone's like, you got to play him, he's scoring goals, but he's a midfielder.
I know.
So either put him up front then if you think he's good and he can score goals, or make sure he can still be a great midfielder, because there's no point in scoring 1 goal but getting beat 3-1.
They don't do that anymore. You remember, like, way back at the start of the Premier League, you get like Paul Warhurst or whatever, so they put him for the end of the season and he scored like 17 goals and
fucking
crazy
quality.
things.
Steve Bruce scored 19 goals, but that was from centre back. Yeah. But yeah,
a good midfielder fucking scoring goals is.
Well, that's the thing, innit? And obviously Ten Hag isn't a big fan of him because he tried to sell him in the summer, or was willing to sell him.
But
so
now there's that pressure of him scoring, and then obviously the game where he bags 2 in the last moments to win. And now he's on the pitch. I don't know. He likes a derby as well. Don't forget that.
That's true.
That goal he scored. That was a good one. That was just before the pandemic, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was
2-0.
It was.
Good game.
Yeah.
The thing
we've had an interesting ride, haven't we, with derbies? Some derbies with Pep Guardiola in charge. Some derbies we've won and it's looked good. But
the
some
Dan James era.
Absolutely, yeah. Some of they've looked absolutely like this time last year when we did the Watchalong for the 6-3. It was fucking painful.
It was horrendous.
I still have nightmares though going back to the Paul Pogba one. When we should have been 5 or 6 up at half time.
That hurt City fans, that one, didn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Because we were all over you in that first half.
We won the league the week after.
Yeah, but still, the thing was that game. It took the shine off it. It really did. Yeah. And also the thing is, it showed that we were maybe in a way it actually made us better because it showed we were fallible. Yeah. And it showed us to not rest on a laurel. And that's something you'll see with Pep. We could be beating you 3-0 today, and Pep will still be going mental on the sidelines.
Yeah,
because he's so demanding of what we've got. And I think now with the characters that they have in the dressing room as well, like the understanding is there that they have to keep that pace up, and if they're not doing it, they'll come off, or even worse, be out of the club.
Yeah, definitely. Hugh Grant has been remembered for 20 months. I do, in my heart, I do want it to be that Hugh Grant. We really do, don't we? He said, although maybe not with this kind of language, he said, I have a feeling we could sneak a wee 2-1 win. I don't imagine Hugh Grant saying we, do you?
No, I
do you think he's being
imagine if he was
cutesy with it?
If he was your granddad and he was reading you a bedtime story, he would definitely use that kind of language.
Maybe he would, it is the real Hugh Grant. Yeah. We could sneak a wee 2-1.
Loved you.
We're going to get score predictions in a minute. So get them in the comments. Give us your score and scorers. What's the score going to be? Who's getting the goals? 15 minutes till kick-off. Yeah. I'll start with you, Joe. What's going on here? Talk me through the game. Not just the score, but how is this going to unfold?
I really think we are not going to know. You can predict all we like.
Yeah.
But I think as soon as we kick that ball, the first 5 minutes dictates how the rest of the game is going to be.
You know what's saying a lot to me now? We just got Pep Guardiola on the screen. We had Ten Hag. The difference in their demeanour.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Guardiola looks like he's on holiday, right?
Yeah, everyone's smiling.
Ten Hag looks like he's never had a holiday.
The City players were smiling on the pitch, and there's that confidence to them. United, if they win today, they've got a mountain to climb and absolutely need to put in one hell of a performance. It was one of the biggest performances for under Ten Hag's management, going against an informed side. They've just won the treble, beating them at Old Trafford when you know you've got a weakened side. He's got to be in that dressing room now, trying his best.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard.
Like,
fucking hard getting what this
I know
is,
that obviously Derby, everything goes out the window and you expect wins and it's Old Trafford and all that. You just look at the two teams. It is a tough ask, this. United's team is just considerably not as good as City's. So we have to win this, not just with a better, either a much better tactical system, which is tricky when you're going against Pep Guardiola in the first place, but that would be one way to win it. Either individual brilliance, because as a collective team, their team is better than ours. So we're going to see a Rashford or Højlund on the break or a set piece, or just fucking luck. Like, if genuinely, look at those two teams. If people at home are expecting it and will criticise Ten Hag and criticise the players for not dominating and controlling and outplaying the City side, we're delusional. I know it's sad to say, but their side is just so much better than ours. Like, we are hoping here for a real underdog performance. It has to be that.
Miracle if you get a 2-0 Manchester United win today.
Would you be happy with a draw?
I'd take a draw, yeah.
I think City is scoring definitely today.
I know Jay said the other day, obviously on the preview, that at Old Trafford, Man United, especially with what Ten Hag's done there in terms of the big games, he wouldn't take a draw and he'd want to win. I'd take a draw. I just think the two sides are not so different, but United's defence is
We've lost a little bit of that
it's
Old
poor.
Trafford edge though this year.
Not just this year. I think it's been.
No, but last year was great. Last year was great, and I thought, oh my God, what is he doing here? He's building it back up to a place where no team wants to come. Beat City, beat Arsenal, beat Liverpool, all Old Trafford, and now it's like, oh, we've gone back.
But it is looking like an anomaly. But when you actually look over the past 7 seasons. Right, yeah, it's not been the fortress. So actually, last year is a really great foundation for moving forward.
Yeah, but there's the thing that's frustrated me so much is Ten Hag was moving forward. You've got a great way to set yourself up there. A good season at United last year, and I thought, right, build on that. No, Klopp didn't do too well in his first season. Pep struggled a little bit, but then they built on their foundations, and it feels like we're falling back. And that's not good.
Ten Hag got asked about Varane and Reguilon being on the bench, and he said, "Are those decisions to do with form or fitness?" And he said, "Tactics." Oh. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like
you gasped.
He's taking the piss.
You gasped.
He must be taking the piss.
Do you think?
Tactics. Yeah. What? There's a message on the screen that's saying Johnny Evans' first Manchester derby since 2011.
Since the 6-1.
Is that when he got sent off?
I'm done. I am done.
Yeah. Wasn't he 32 when he played in that one?
It was something like that.
I hope it's not one of them games.
What?
I'm a bit hungover. It could ruin me. Not just my day. My year. 2023 is ruined.
Did you ever give a score prediction, by the way?
2-2.
2-2.
1-1. 1-1.
What are you saying, Ant?
I mean, I can see you getting a goal.
How do you see this game going?
I could see you getting a goal on the break, but the way I see it going is unless something freaky happens,
true.
We dominate the ball. We dominate the ball. You shut up shop early on. You're trying to
shut up shop with Johnny Evans.
Maguire with Johnny Evans. Trying to get that, and then I reckon we get a goal before half time, and then the second half kind of goes out the window a little bit. I see 3-1 in the end.
Do you know what was a good game of football last FA Cup final? It was a good game of football.
Absolutely.
But the fucking first 10 seconds obviously kills it for United. Yeah. We actually put up a good fight. Yeah. Like there was times in the back end of that second half I thought, if we get back in this, it's a good. We could possibly nick it.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Can we take what we did there, bring it into today's game? I don't know. It's just tricky, this, isn't it?
It is hard.
Fucking nerve-wracking as well because they don't shut up about it.
I know. Get your score predictions in the comments. I'll go through some of them now. Alvaro says 4-2. I assume it means United. Interesting. Emmanuel says, who is United? Interesting.
We don't have 4 goals in us though, do we? Do we?
Well,
if you had all the goals we scored all season,
we'd playing. He's leading the league in own goals this season, I think.
That would have been nice. Yeah. Tiemann says, even if we were fully fit, I don't think it makes much difference. Let's hope the lads are up for it and at least work their socks off. God, proper FA Cup fourth round conversation.
It feels like that going into is like, this is your big game of the season, your FA Cup final, if you will. But you still have quality there. And going back to what we were saying about a couple of different things, weaving those threads together. Rashford, and we're talking about like everybody in the City squad looking happy. When Rashford is happy, he plays so much better.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And I don't know, obviously we're not party to what's going on in his life at home, or what's on in the dressing room, but that's what I'm seeing in a lot of the players. And I think that's such a big influence, because there's freedom to play, you're more relaxed, there's belief that comes with that as well.
We need so many players today, if we're going to get a result, to have the best game of their season. We need Rashford to have the best game of his season. Hoyland, Bruno, we need them all. Not just the defenders, because obviously you can keep City out, but you got to score. I mean,
but it's that
like
kind of pressure.
Mad glowing kind of quote.
It's that kind of pressure that leads to people getting injured and suspended for stuff.
Yeah.
I generally might have to watch the game like this.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, the smell in there is worse than watching us lose.
Freshly, although I'm having a bit of a nightmare with the my clothes in a minute. We mentioned this. Like in winter time or autumn time, you put them on the clothes horse. This was still wet.
Yeah.
When did you wash it?
I had to put my aircon on hot in the car. It dried in the drive-in.
Really? Yeah. Fucking hell.
Mad that, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah.
I sat there with a wet top on.
You're going to smell like bean and shrimp. You need a dehumidifier.
Bean and shrimp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're big debate in the household about
but the electricity, that's the problem.
I know.
Cost of it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not running on
batteries,
wind, is it? It's not running on humidity, which would be good. People saying there's a massive anti-United crew on Sky today.
What's his?
You know what? I saw that when it went to the state, and even Keane was having a laugh. I don't know if it was just after they'd done the team news. I don't know if he felt nervous with it, but Micah Richards was looking like he was trying to hold her laughing. And then you got Carra as the other one. I thought I saw.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. So we've got a couple of super chats. Advex says, all I want is for us to work hard. Don't care about the victory today. I want us to say, okay, the players tried their best to win. Fucking hell.
It's got Garnacho game today. We just need that first half, because Ten Hag doesn't like starting Garnacho. He likes to bring him on. We need the first half to be as normal as possible. We were looking at the 2-1 last season when United won. It was 0-0 in the first half. Anything then happens. If we start to give City an inch in this first half and they get one, then it's game over.
Yeah.
But if we can keep it 0-0, second half, you start to get that little bit of luck here, there, and everywhere. Garnacho comes on. There's pace, there's power. Maybe Varane comes in to settle the defence. Then hopefully that's how you win it.
Yeah.
Someone tells me we're in for a fucking long 90 minutes.
No.
We are.
Is it because your shirt's still a bit wet?
No.
The thing is, if you score, you can dry your shirt, take it off, and swing it around your head.
Oh, mate, that'll be some sight.
Yeah. That'll dry it off. That'll be good, actually. Nimesh says, real sinking feeling before the game. Am I going to watch it? Of course. Football, bloody hell. Anfield, 7 goals feeling, but this time at home.
It's fucking... It's like torture, that, as well. You got to sit here watching that, like, knowing that it's the headlines, in it, around the world. United get beat 7-0 at Liverpool.
The 2-0 at home to City year before last.
Oh, that was awful.
More crushing to me than the 7-0 to Liverpool. Or equally as crushing. It was so embarrassing. It was like dads playing their kids going, we probably shouldn't score anymore because they'll cry on the way home. Absolutely babied us. That was more embarrassing than the 6-3 last season. Watching that game was like, oh my God, we can't do anything at all.
Wasn't there a very weird goal in that game as well?
Was that the one where De Gea let it go near post? Was it sort of Bernardo Silva, like the half volley at the back post? Sure. I can't remember. I just remember that second half thinking, we're not trying, we're not running, we're not going for the ball. You could score more if you want to, but you're choosing not to. It was absolutely sickening, that.
In the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, there's people with Sir Bobby Charlton, like, so they've sort of done it so on the seats must have been a white bit of paper. Yeah. United fans are holding that aloft and it looks wonderful.
Yeah, saying Sir Bobby on it. City's away record versus last season's top 9. And this is a good point, actually. Steve Howson was talking about this. I don't know why I said Steve Howson. Steve was talking about this. United, everyone was focusing on the fact that under Ten Hag, we haven't won a single game away from home against last season's top 9.
Yeah.
Steve said this about a month ago, actually, now. last season, City only won 1.
Yeah.
So you're sort of getting away with it, obviously, because you won the treble, so there's no room to criticise City. But City's record away from home against the top teams has not been good recently at all, and they've just shown it there. It just reminded me of that. But yeah, you only won 1 more away from home than we did last season against those top teams. Is that a worry for you?
I think last season the focus was on the Champions League.
Yeah.
And I think that played a part in it massively. And I think that was our emotional thing. I think that's why you're seeing it play with such freedom at the minute, is because that's been hanging over the club ever since 2008, and those 115 charges started gathering.
Yeah.
But that, I think that's something. That's why I don't see us coming away with anything but a win today.
True. Anyway,
what are we focusing on this season?
We're focusing on justice. If we don't get top 4 this year, it's bad.
It is really bad.
It's bad. It is bad. Because obviously you've got to look at... The only way I get confidence in Ten Hag is each season gets better and better and he's building to something.
Yeah.
You want your manager to have an idea of winning the Premier League one year. And I don't see it in Ten Hag. I don't see it in these group of players. That they've got a Premier League.
But when you look at United's squad, do you think, that's a squad capable of winning the Premier League? Regardless of who the manager was. Do you think that about these players?
No.
So we need new players anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We might as well keep the manager. He seems all right. I don't know.
Because the players he's brought in, will Mason Mount win a Premier League with Manchester United?
Well, I think he could. He won a Champions League with Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
He's capable of it.
True.
You look at players like Johnny Evans, obviously, but he shouldn't be starting these games. I don't know what's going on. Why is Varane not starting?
Awful.
Why is Varane not starting over Johnny Evans? Do you believe that that's tactical, or do you think he was messing about? Not messing about, but like...
he was messing about in that interview.
Yeah, I don't think you can believe anything that the manager says to you before the game. Let's be honest. There's too much riding on it now.
Fingers crossed we come at the back of this and say Evans and Maguire have had a great game of football. I just don't want any mistakes. I hope and I pray Onana stays out the headlines and just does a solid, makes himself proud today.
Yeah, just a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
a couple of good saves, no mistakes. That's all I want.
I really hope that. Do you know what? Here's the thing with Edison, your keeper. Mm-hmm. Not a headline about him. He just does his job.
Except that game, who was it against Liverpool the other year when he tried his best to lose you the game? But other than that, it's generally just sort of,
no one really talks about him. He just does what he does.
Yeah. I mean, and though you could rightly sort of criticise him for in terms of the shots that he faces, right? Because we have so much possession that he probably lets in more shots. So this is an argument that Ortega, who's our number 2 at the minute, is a better shot stopper. Yeah. But Edison is better with his feet. I mean, Ortega's very good as well. And I think that's why Edison gets that place to give that ability to play the way we do.
Isn't it annoying that all the City's backups are as good as most people starting?
Yeah. Alex Stepney there.
Yeah, Crerand as well, Kidd.
Wow.
Brilliant. Brian Kidd with the best head of hair on any 78-year-old in the world.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. How old is he, Brian Kidd? 74. The greatest hairline in the world, that, innit? Joe, what would you do for Brian Kidd's hairline? Honestly, look at that.
Isn't it?
You can't move that, can you? There's not an inch of wiggle room in that.
Fantastic. I'd kiss Joe.
Yeah. I think he would as well. Bloody hell. Yeah, we're just seeing. I think it's going to be a minute's applause, isn't it, for Bobby Charlton?
Yeah, just in case anyone.
I understand.
Oh, fucking hell! This is emotional, isn't it? Christ.
But I always think that the minute's applause is much more powerful. Actually, I think it's like it's more focused. It's
and you can really go for it.
Yeah,
you can really do something to show it. Whereas
absolutely.
The other way, the silence is almost the absence of.
There's definitely times when the silence is right to do.
Yeah.
But so all the sort of legends are coming on the pitch now and being applauded. I wonder what they're saying to each other. I often think, reminiscing like this should be done more often, where legends are sort of greeted and shown their respect.
It's a shame that we only have these things when something sad has happened, isn't it?
But the thing is, they're there all the time, but they're just in the hospitality. They should be in more and make it part of the club. And this thing is like, you're not just what happened this week in the last few.
You're having a round of applause there.
It's about the history.
Yeah, it is. It's brilliant. I see, or I used to see Paddy Cran quite a lot in the gym. He goes to the gym that I used to go to. Do you know the one around there?
Really?
see him all the time in the changing rooms.
Where do you think he lives? In town?
Maybe he lives in Ancoats, yeah.
Probably
yeah.
GDPR there, you probably.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. A lot of City Foot players used to live in Ancoats, didn't they? Or I've seen Bernardo Silva knocking about around it.
They got that City Suites, didn't they? Which was like this brilliantly crafted like hotel/apartments where one half is like a hotel and one half is just where City players basically lived.
I think Pep still lives
like
there.
dorms. I think Pep still lives there.
Yeah.
Come on. Big game for Hoyland today. We haven't even spoke about him, but I think he's been excellent.
Yeah.
I think he's been excellent. And it would have been good if he'd have scored a goal or two.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We not what I needed today.
I know.
But this is the thing, that emotion can go two ways.
Yeah, it can.
I hope there's something about this United team. But maybe it's just...
All right, here's a question for you. Are there enough players in that United team that you've got out on the pitch that appreciate what this means?
I think that, Hoyland is supposedly, reportedly, a boyhood United fan. And I mean, obviously he's a young lad, so who knows how much of the history he's aware of, but I think everyone knows Bobby Charlton. Rashford, definitely. You saw Bobby Charlton in the background when Rashford signed his first professional contract at United.
Oh yeah, I've seen that picture.
Which is a brilliant picture. I think Dallo as well. And Harry Maguire is someone, I know he didn't grow up a United fan, but I know he did a lot of sort of education and stuff when he got given the captain's armband. Yeah. He was probably told, and maybe hopefully was willing to and was keen to be made aware of the history of the armband and what it means to be the captain of Manchester United. And I know even in sort of bits and bobs, and we did it. McCullough and Jay interviewed him and did a little captain's quiz, and he got most or all of them right about people like Robson and I think Charlton and Busby and names in there as well. So he's aware of the scale of things. Kicked off.
Here we go.
Good luck, everyone. Back. I mean, not everyone, but good luck, Joe.
Good luck. Nice clean game. Oh, let's see. Can we get past the 10-second mark?
Fucking hell, bring the ball out of his box. Can we get one more volume, please?
I can't be doing with an Onana mistake today.
No, we can't be having that.
I just crumble. They're going to put a lot of pressure on us. That's what I mean by
second ball.
Come on. Got to be quicker than that.
Yeah, look at the City players swarming.
They are absolutely on us like flies around shit. The first 5 minutes does dictate the rest of this derby, I believe.
Left back's on. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Now, where's this fucking 17 midfield players we've got?
There you go, there's one.
Help him. Nice.
City
I've confidence.
City pushed past the line a little bit there. Give a bit of space to United. Rashford on the left here.
Come on, Rashford, do something. Well in. Rashford, don't spend too long.
The ball. That's good, that. Keep the ball. I don't mind that. Nice. Too often United look frantic and almost like nervy on the ball. Oh, that's okay. It's a good start, that, from United. Did well there. City almost looked a little bit giddy there, I thought. Too many players pushing forward from them. We played through them quite comfortably there.
I think we pretty much straight from the kickoff had every single player in your half.
Yeah.
I think City players worry that if they don't all go fucking mental when they're not on the ball, that Pep will just drop them.
Pep will sell them.
It's like, fucking hell, you'd be on edge, wouldn't you?
You come in at half time and your number and everything's gone from the changing rooms. Just get on the bus, mate. Get on the bus.
Some mad things about someone who won't name said that they got a talk from like a City scientist or an analysis saying that they've got drones now in the sky watching every single player.
Oh
my God. Go on. Do something!
Oh, pass it, man!
What the fuck? Oh, McTominay.
Rashford on one side and Hoyland on the other side.
Brilliant little bit from Rashford there.
It was Bruno. Just
no, I mean, like,
the run. Sorry.
The run. You've got
to pass it. You've got to pass it.
Shit house.
Hoyland's on there. Good start from United though. Confident start. Not a proper chance that, but
who was McTominay angry at though? In that,
I think he was.
Angry at himself. You've got to be angry at himself, and you've balls up like you do.
I hate this. I've seen this.
I think as well in a derby, if you got Rashford through in a position like that, you're banking on him to score.
Yeah, definitely. Give it Rashford, or just lay into Hoyland. Hoyland's free. Started with high energy.
Don't give too much space.
Grealish has been.
This is very intense. Yeah, no, they were saying that the City now use like drones to sort of literally analyse the fuck out of every single player.
At the complex, they've got there's about 17 full-size pitches that you can't see from outside unless you're inside the complex, and then
17.
Yeah,
every player gets one each.
Yeah,
just. That's how much space they want.
That's a crazy number of pitches, that.
I'll be honest, it's unnecessary.
Surely you need 3.
It's absolutely, it's wildly unnecessary,
even if you took every position and just give them their own pitch, that's
but
still
I guess it gets to that point when you've got that much money. What should we do today? Let's just buy another pitch.
Get another pitch on. Should we just draw another pitch on the floor of the land we own?
Oh, get in there!
Some of them are drawn over old council houses, just lines over the top of them. Some are drawn over schools. Just might as well draw a pitch on it.
The only thing that's making this game better is the idea that I'm going to have a Chinese tonight.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We're from the one around the corner.
Well, I've just
you got your cash out and everything.
Yeah, have I? I've
left over from.
I've just decided that to make things better, whatever happens in this game, I got to look forward to something.
You know what you should do, right? If there's at least one goal, you should order the scoreline. So whatever that corresponds to on the menu.
Yeah. What do you?
Number 31.
0-0. I get nothing. I'm a hungry boy. A 0-0.
I'll have 2 number 0s, please.
It's got seaweed for tea.
Yeah.
Go on, put a bit of fucking pressure on.
Yeah. How many fortune cookies does it take to fill you up?
Yeah. It's either that or a curry. Did I ever tell you the? Gatli Tandoori used to give you merchandise at the end of the year, depending on how good of a customer you were that year. Like everyone got a key ring.
Right. But so you had like an account and the monitor down the
Yeah. Well, they saw you where he is. Right. So you might get a shirt.
Brilliant foil.
Go on, Willie.
Really good.
Go on, Rashford. Just run at him. Nice play. Oh, fucking got to do better. Oh, one of you's just shit the bed there. Awful. Got to do better. Got to do better.
The thing is, that says a lot to me about Rashford because he just ran down the wing rather than cutting in at any point. And that's like,
who's he got up against him there? It's Diaz, isn't it? Well, it's got Diaz and Walker, to be fair, but
yeah.
But this, if you're going to pass that, make sure your pass is perfect. Oh, we're offside anyway. Why is Lindelof there?
He's left back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is he? Is he not right back?
It was Lindelof that put it on. I think he's left back. He put the ball on the roof of the net.
Lindelof's a wild character, isn't he? He's just
he does it all.
He's a great player. Well, I like him, me.
Yeah, he's likeable.
He's likeable. Yeah,
he'd be a good one to have a stag do with you, isn't he?
Yeah. Stag doll.
Stag doll.
Stag dog.
I just speak Swedish. That's what they call it.
Come on.
Nice. Promising start for United.
We
need to turn this into a goal.
You just worry that this is some sort of Pep's plan just to let us have the ball for 10 minutes.
Pep
I know it's
want
not,
us
but
to be counter-attacking him.
You worry, don't you?
This is what we all want, is Onana to get the ball.
Don't not fuck it up today, Onana. Fucking it's trouble in it. It's trouble.
That's okay, yeah.
I suppose he did well against you. Well, not too well in the Champions League final.
A couple of lovely bits of hold up from
nice.
Højlund already today.
Nice movement. I like it. Pass and move forward.
No pass on now, though.
I know, he's a bit too slow to load.
Okay.
Don't go all the way back again.
It's all right. Keep the ball.
I don't know.
Too often we get the ball and we think we've got to go forward and we rush and we give possession away.
Oh, jeez.
Well, now what?
I just don't know if we should be putting all this pressure on Onana.
Win that second ball. Come on, you've got a bit of time there. Eriksen should have given Amrabat a shout there. He could have brought that down.
The game definitely feels longer in a Manchester derby. Some games I've sat here with you, Joe, and it goes, it's like half time already. This is only 7 minutes. Fuck me.
Too long. Nice one, Bernardo.
Oh, you fuckers.
My chest is like fizzy.
It's much like new gilet you got on.
It's not mine, it's my mate's.
What do you mean? You robbed it?
No, he lent it me.
He lent it you?
No.
Does he know he lent it you?
Are we in year 5? What are you talking about?
Well, you used to borrow clothes off your mates in year 5. Or you borrow clothes off people who were still in year 5.
Yeah, no, nothing's fitting me there. Oh, no.
Oh, a good save.
Oh! Get there, mates! Fucking hell.
I mean, good initial save from Onana.
How did that not go in? Haaland's got to score there, surely.
I think he's tried to stand it. If he slides in, it's going in.
How did something so innocent become such a deadly...
Great header from Walker
Where
back.
the fuck is...
That's what it is. It's Onana's second save is amazing, actually, for what he is.
First save isn't great, in fairness. He palms it straight into the air.
Yeah, he does.
But this is a save here.
That's really good.
And that's brave really as well, because look at...
Could have got booted anywhere there, Onana.
It must just...
Oh, fucking hell. it's got a frantic energy to it, this game.
As a professional footballer, moments like that must just be chaos, mustn't it?
I don't know, I'm quite calm with them.
I would fucking love it.
Even though I know Onana does really well with the second one,
I
still think Haaland's got time to get there. Why is he not diving?
Why is he not heading it?
Sticking his foot out.
Why is he not heading it?
I think there's a bit of a spin on it because it's gone straight up. Yeah. That's why.
Maguire's arse must have gone then.
Oh, come on.
There's not many times with the ball on the line and you're near Haaland. Oh, this is... How are they outnumbering us? How...
Who's that to?
Oh, the thing is, if we're playing with such a weakened back four, I know that obviously we want to be a counter-attacking team, so that's why we're keeping more people up the pitch, but we need to have some more numbers in our defence.
Here's a question for you. Has that back four ever played together before?
No, definitely not.
They might have played a few minutes. I don't think it's ever started. I think it might have played some minutes at the end of the Arsenal game.
Oh, go on, Bernardo.
Get rid of... Oh.
City passing into our box too easily.
They are.
Those balls from the edge of the box into the box. And when City get the foot on the ball in the box, it's not good at all. They didn't have Lucozade orange, by the way. I had to get your original.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention it.
Still nice though, isn't it?
Yeah, still.
Other energy drinks are available.
Do you?
You what?
I don't know what flavour it is.
It's Lucozade. Like Coke. What flavour is that? Iron Brew. Dr. Pepper.
I thought Iron Brew was orange.
What?
It's Iron Brew the orange. It's just orange.
No, it's orange in colour, but it's not orange.
It's not orange flavour. It's Iron Brew flavour.
I thought it was orange.
Have you ever had it? Does it taste like an orange? Have you had it?
Yeah, I've had Iron Brew.
Right. It's not orange flavour.
Do you know that Coke sued Iron Brew because they took the piss in an advert they did? And it was a brilliant advert, and they just parodied all the Coke adverts, like just for the taste of it. And so Coke were upset and tried to sue them, but couldn't find anything to sue them on. And then what they did was they looked at the ingredients, and on the can it says,
Go. Use Rashford. Fuck me. Why aren't we using Rashford? He's making great runs.
I think he was listening to my story about Iron Brew.
Come on, ref.
Oh, United looking dangerous, actually. There's an element of threat to us that I wanted to see. We're not completely helpless so far.
These lights are spinning me out. I didn't see them red and blue ones there. I love it.
So what did they get him on for in the end?
So basically, they looked at the ingredients, and on a can of Iron Brew it says "Made in Scotland from girders." It's like a
joke.
Yeah, and so they actually took them to court over this, and they were like, "You're false advertising. You've not got girders in the can."
That's just embarrassing, isn't it?
Did they win?
They in the end they settled out of court. They didn't.
Iron Brew just changed it.
Just went, shut up.
Yeah, I think Scotland's like the only country in the world, isn't it, where Coca-Cola isn't the number one selling soft drink.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's certainly one of very, very few countries in the world, yeah. United with
it's a good list. I should get that list up.
Some promising looking play.
Go on, get it out.
Not turning it into... turning it into shots on target, are we? 2 or 3 times we've been running at City's defence.
I don't see... and Rashford is making some good runs. I don't see how we're not feeding the ball to him.
Yeah. I do think on that occasion, the pass to McTominay looked easier. Obviously, it didn't get there in the end, but I think Rashford was sort of being closed out a bit. It looked like McTominay could have found that pass, Højlund. But he's looked good. He's looked sharp, Højlund, hasn't he, for the first few minutes?
He's looked good. It still feels like a struggle, this. I mean, passes like that don't help. When we've got the ball,
but that says to me they're not confident to play it around the back like City are, so they're just putting it upfield and losing it.
Yeah, we're not that confident of playing around the back at the minute.
How do you...
Like no look pass there to Grealish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Who's Ethan offering at? Go on.
He is fast.
Just fucking run at him. Go on.
It's okay.
Keep the ball. It's not bad.
The Rashford pass was never quite on,
how about getting on side Rashford and making it fucking easy for him to find you? He does my head in sometimes.
He's annoyed that he didn't get past, isn't he?
I know, but come on, get on side or at least help him out. He was there just lurking around. Whoa!
Nice one, Phil.
Fucking hell.
Great improv.
Looked good there, Højlund. He almost, in the end, hurt his own run by slowing down to try and find Rashford, but the pass to Rashford...
I don't know where he would have ended up if he just kept on running.
Just knock it and run. He'd ended up one-on-one with the keeper. Probably not. Maybe.
Oh, it's trouble, isn't it?
My feet are like moving so much.
I can't sit still. I can't sit still at the best of times.
It's almost worryingly kind of encouraging this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hope that kills you.
Yeah.
Really is. It's the hope that kills you. It's the,
we look
Maguire doesn't look too bad. Onana's good on the ball, and then it just takes one moment.
But then this has been your season so far. It's like, you've not
That's
looked
the foul
great.
Referee, for me.
Come on, he's all over him there.
I don't think they like Højlund, I think
it's because the last 2 times he's put the ball up to him, he's won it with his chest and brought it down. So this time you've got to jump all over him. Clear foul.
It was more of a hug.
Yeah, it was friendly, but it was a foul. Start well, Højlund.
Yeah, he started well.
Involved.
He's done all right so far.
But he's going to struggle by himself to unlock this City side.
The thing is, he's not by himself. He's got Bruno and he's got Rashford, but he just don't seem to be clicking.
Exactly.
They just don't seem to be clicking.
You only need one though, doesn't it?
Yeah, just worry how many City will have then. This is a decent ball. Oof. We've got to have a bit more confidence, but they are. They sort of lock things off a little bit, don't they? When you get so far. I mean, we're not going all the way back here. Fuck me.
I don't think I've ever seen Haaland that far back.
Yeah, we're just playing it around the back.
Oh, again. That's an easy ball.
Easy. How are you doing it twice?
Look at this.
Keep it. Well done.
And there was no need for that to happen. That was completely caused by like a lazy ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that first time pass from Lindelof inside. Haaland's he was clearly onside. And Arna just sweeps up well, but we let it go from being, we've got control to let's just ping pong it around on the halfway line.
Some good space there as well.
Yeah, loads of space for Kyle Walker to run into. Foden cutting in from the right. United's left. That ball into the box that
it is. It's just come on. Our Stone's got space there.
And again, look.
Right, come on.
Space for Grealish.
Look at this.
Bernardo Silva cuts it back, headed away by McTominay.
No.
Smacked over by Rodri. Rashford there, just getting enough of a sort of boot involved to put Rodri off there.
Every single player today at United team needs to be fucked by the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's how hard they've got to work.
Don't actually get a foot in, does he, Rashford? But I think he puts Rodri off. God, I feel terrible.
But I think if you're going in with that mentality of like just working hard rather than necessarily, I think you've got to work smart against City as well.
Yeah, I think we have worked relatively smart so far. I think this has been a game where United have looked. You can see where there would be danger, and we haven't looked completely shambolic defensively. First 16 minutes, this is a good start from United.
Especially as you've been playing it dangerously a little bit.
Yeah. We've not been amazing. We've not carved you apart, but we've had some, dangerous looking moments, and I'm quite happy with that. Although the sloppy passing out from the back needs to fucking sort itself out.
Oh, here we go.
Was it free kick or was he offside?
Free kick. Do you, as a fellow connoisseur of the Haaland bob,
yeah,
do you think it's a look that'll be around for a while?
Don't know. I can't. It seems weird. Imagine Haaland with short hair again now, doesn't it? I can't see it. I think you have your brand and you have to stick to it.
Yeah, I like the fact that now just letting your hair down has become a celebration.
Yeah, that was good. I thought that was the ultimate disrespect last year when you beat Arsenal and he scored that last goal with his hair down because he'd already taken his bobble out because he knew you'd won with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. It would be sort of crazy if Haaland, for me anyway, even as a United fan, if Haaland doesn't win the Ballon d'Or or gets recognised.
He's not winning it this year, is he? Messi's winning it.
Yeah.
But why?
World Cup.
World Cup.
I know, but it's that 7 games of football, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
He's won the treble. I think the treble's better than the World Cup. Would you rather win the World Cup or the treble in your career?
Probably World Cup, I think.
Really? You'd rather win the World Cup?
I'd rather win the treble for United.
As a player.
Yeah, I'd rather win the treble for United.
Because I'd go for World Cup.
Would you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Champions League and all that. Premier League. FA Cup.
Yeah, I'd go for the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
Stunned.
Unlike Alvarez, who's got both. So
Martin, well.
Yeah, he's doing alright for himself, isn't he?
It's weird, when is Martinez back and when is Shaw back? When are these players?
Martinez isn't back till December-ish.
That's
maybe turn of the year.
crazy, isn't it?
Luke Shaw after the November international break, I think, and I think the same with Malacia. I think they're both quite a while out. Wan-Bissaka should be back in the next week or two.
Well,
And
great
Casemiro
fun.
the same.
We've got quite a long way to go, haven't we?
Yeah, but yeah, the defence isn't going to be fixed for about 2 or 3 months still yet.
It's bad, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Corner to City.
Newcastle midweek as well.
that's a tough game. Yeah, Carabao Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
After they beat us.
They did alright, so I watched the Wolves game. It was decent.
Corner to City. Last 5 or so minutes, United not really been able to
We've
play
lost
out
a little
at
bit
all,
of
have they?
momentum. Oh.
It's a nice corner routine.
Let's go ball.
Oh!
Fuck me.
It's going wide, I think, that, but
I know
it's close enough that he couldn't leave it, could
That's
he?
a great ball in. If I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I don't know why no fuckers on the end of that.
Almost.
Oh.
Good save by Onana, because if he pushes it back into the box, there's 3 City players in a line waiting to put it in. He has to get it wide.
Every save is like, do you know when a team wins a penalty, you run up to the keeper and like gives him a high five?
Yeah.
Every single save Onana's done.
Everyone's
All of
jumping
them.
in.
I like it. It's a little bit of unity, but it's like, fucking hell. Come out. Oh, it looks so outnumbered then at the back.
Go on then, push him.
Push him.
City just having a bit of
Good head.
counter-attack now.
Come on. Oh.
Could have given it Højlund there. Højlund was running past him if he wanted to just drop it off.
If you could have a little more composure and not be snatching so much.
No.
Well done, keeper. Well done. That's good goalkeeping, that.
John
I'm
Stones
glad it was.
in on a one-on-one in a derby.
Yeah, last 5 or so minutes, United just lacked a bit of that spice that we had in the first 15.
So if Onana's so good with his feet, why doesn't he take the goal kicks?
Because I don't know, something about tactical genius.
Right, well, we look fucking bad now. We look
Win that.
You look like
Why?
you're
We
looking
look
at.
like a fucking. That was a.
you're a man down. That's what you look like.
Not a foul. Oh, come on. Yeah, we've gone scrappy, haven't we? Last few minutes have been scrappy from United.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
Is that even a foul, that?
Hey, it's just fucking.
I don't even think it is. He don't do much, does he?
Listen, I think we keep this game to 0-0 at half time. It's anyone's in the second half.
Yeah.
But I still
Keeping it 0-0 is easier said
Yeah,
than
that's
done,
what I
isn't
mean.
it? We'll be hearing from
Do you
Ronaldo
think
and
that was
Ange at
Ten
half-time,
Hag's
by the
team
way.
talk?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
10 hours. No, I just think keep it
Man,
0-0. Then you
keep
bring
it
on
tight
some
for 20
subs
minutes.
and you fucking. The idea of it being 1 or 2-0 is just obviously then it's just game over, isn't it?
Oh.
Crossing, well headed away
Ref,
by
fuck off.
Dallo there.
Get rid of that. Shut up. Hands up in the air.
Okay. Do you know how many penalties we've had at Old Trafford over the years?
What the
Is it
hell?
like
One in about
30
20
years or something.
Yeah, 25 years, something like
How
that.
we looking so outnumbered?
Because City are one of the best
I know,
pressing
but
teams in the world, aren't
so come and help out your mates. Oh,
Harry!
fucking hell!
Yes! Right,
That's
down the line,
it. So
show
help
for it.
him. It's like no one wants to be part of
Brilliant
like the
Højlund
team.
Right, come on now, spread it. You got time there. You got a man out here.
Oh,
No.
fuck off!
Come on, Dallo.
So bad.
United looking shaky
Oh,
and
I would
nervy
have
now.
swore. Oh, now I was going to boot it into Evans then.
I could see that happening.
I could
If not in
see
this
it like
game,
this.
in another game.
What?
Oh. Penalty. You stop the game. Yeah.
What's happening?
This goes back to the penalties. The ball hadn't gone out of play.
What was it? What would it be a penalty for?
Apparently, there was that corner. There were a lot of City fans said, a lot of City players had their arms up in the air, and I would have thought it would have been some sort of like a Goes to screen. It's
a penalty then, isn't it? But what for?
What a fucking load of shit.
Because of what I said.
Who?
Hoyland in the middle.
Oh, the arm around there. Oh, damn.
It's not much,
awful, is it? It's not awful.
Wouldn't it be great if we went to Stockley Park and you heard the audio and they went, "It's not awful. It's all right. It's fine."
This is a penalty. I'm fucking.
But it's
stunned. But also, he does a roly-poly, like an arm around the shoulder would cause that.
I don't think you get points for the finish. It's just.
I think
that's harsh. That.
I think he's going to give a penalty.
I do think that's really harsh.
I think he's going to give it.
There's a slight touch.
Here we go.
He's giving it. Ah, you fuckers! Awful.
It's really harsh. That. He's got his arm on him, but he's not really like pulling him back, is he? He's touching him. But it's not a pull or he's not grabbing him. It's just an arm on him. What do you think?
But the thing is, I think now you feel anything on you in the box, the people go down.
Hell.
And that. But you know what? That's the kind of thing years ago they said they were going to stop. And they were going to give penalties for it, and they don't.
They don't make a concerted effort to get rid of that every time it happens. Sometimes that's a penalty. Most of the time it's not a penalty. If it was every time, I'd get it, but... That like bits of grabbing and just touching and bits and bobs happens all the time.
Oh, this
fucking
isn't fun, is it? This isn't
every
fun.
fucking time. How many penalties are we giving away at the minute as well? What's that? 3 in a row?
Yeah. Wasn't there something the other night in the Champions League when they were looking at VAR for the penalty? One of your guys went and messed up the penalty spot.
Yeah, Garnacho.
Love that.
Doing that this time. We saved the last one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Why do we just keep giving penalties away?
Don't know, but I think this is the beginning of a very long afternoon if you score this.
You've kept it tight.
At least it's only 65
then
minutes
they'll
left.
go all in and go fucking mad. And
Haaland's penalties aren't 100%.
And Haaland's been booked.
And I've been booked. I suppose you don't get booked much as a keeper, do you? Oh!
Penalty to City, obviously. Haaland scored.
Fuck!
Fucking hell. Just fucking shite, that. Genuinely, just harsh, innit? Like, I feel like this season we've had so many where you go, it's not an awful decision, there's an arm there. But these ones where, they can go either way, we've had a lot that don't go our way.
That's such a rare thing for us to get and score a penalty at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. That's harsh, that. This is an absolute mountain now. Get your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, it's got harder. The game has got miles harder.
Someone's saying the foul doesn't deserve to be pulled back. It was soft. He could have stayed up and he went down like he was shot. That's what people do, innit?
The dramatics behind it was phenomenal. I honestly think now we're going to get spanked here 4-0.
I like the confidence.
Because the thing is now, you have to go for it. You can't just keep it at 1-0.
Well, we can for the next sort of 60 minutes. If we're smart, we don't go for it now. That's a harsh penalty, that. It's a harsh penalty. He's not grabbing his shirt. There's a bit of an arm like to feel him, and he sort of...
The really interesting thing is the VAR stopped it in play to go back because it hadn't gone out. No. And they were like, no, look, we really want to go and look at this.
Really soft, that.
The standard of the refereeing is getting so many headlines. When you think
the one that who was it? Was it Saliba or Gabriel on Haaland?
Oh yeah, and that got nothing.
And he's leaning across him with his arm across his whole body, falling into him.
So why is it not black and white? Why is it not? That is a penalty. That's not. Because all right, if we get that one against Arsenal, then we're happy with that one. Because he goes right, okay. We've benefited off that rule.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't benefit off the Arsenal penalty, and now we're down on the fucking luck here.
I think.
Could be sick.
I think a lot of it's the language that they use as well. Like with the handball, it's been in an unnatural position. But then, if you're going to use unnatural position in? But this is why we need to hear when the VAR.
Saying, yeah.
If you hear what they're saying, then we can at least go because so much of this is just speculating.
Yeah, and obviously you've not got the refs going, Well, think about the Gabriel one on Haaland. They're not thinking like that. On Højlund, sorry, not Haaland.
But at the same time... Oh! Wow.
Well done, Onana. Really, really... Brilliant and then wasteful.
Read down doodle jump. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Played that the other day.
Really?
Bury Arcade.
I love that place.
So good. I've never been before. Went yesterday.
That place was trend like... Everyone's trying to be Bury Arcade, but I don't think people know it existed. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's been going for like 15 years, that place. But now all trendy spots in like places are trying to just get old arcade games in and make it look cool and sell 20 quid cocktails. Bury Arcade was fucking phenomenal, isn't
17 quid, but you can just, or you can eat arcade games.
And pretty good cafe as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Telling you.
I had a kind of pop, but I didn't go to the cafe.
Great vegan hot dog.
Yeah. I met Alan. I met Steve Coogan yesterday.
You did?
Yeah. He was in the BBC, and I just said hello to him.
Jesus, that's ace, that.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Well done, Harry. Find a pass, lad.
I swear to God. We can't even do the little things right.
That wasn't an easy pass, that. That was tricky. Come on.
This is...
Oh, I do think that's gentle, that. I do think that is.
There's also Maguire around Stones, but he lets go of him.
Oh, he's soft, that. He's telling Ten Hag what he did there.
Yeah, miss, I didn't do it.
Yeah. I think that should be a new rule. Like, if you ever give away a penalty, you've got to recreate it to your manager.
The refs have got to explain why they gave it, and the players got to explain why he did it.
Yeah.
It's a good game of shit. He's got 3 bookings already, Onana.
How does that make you feel?
For a keeper, I thought keepers don't really just like stay out of trouble a bit.
But the time wasting is this new thing that they brought in. He's got one for that, maybe a couple. Thing is, though, 2 more of those, and then he's suspended, isn't he?
That's what I mean.
You got to hope not. Yeah, last 10 minutes United not got out of
8%. Oh, one of yous! Fuck me! This is crazy football.
Literally, he is playing like you're 10-0 up.
That's what you want.
Go on!
Go on then.
Come on!
Højlund's through here.
Come on, Højlund. Come on, Højlund. Oh! Keep going. Help him. Do something! Oh! Fucking hell.
I don't understand why you're not in management. The tactical offering you're giving there.
Do something. Like, don't let
shocking. It's a pass there from Foden, isn't
it?
Basically,
it's the first bad ball.
That's Foden dropped for 5 games.
Stones just gets enough. He just gets a little push on his shoulder there, doesn't he?
Yeah. He'll be training in isolation on one of the 17 pitches.
Or was it alright for Stones to pull him back?
Yeah, Stones couldn't drag his arm across him because he didn't fall over. It's not a foul. That's better. We needed that. I know it was a mistake from City, but just something.
Got the crowd going.
Oh, look at the space.
Something to show that we still had a bit of danger in us.
If we can get a goal back for half time, wow. If they get a second, fucking hell.
It's good stuff.
They just seem to have a lot more time on the ball when they're outside our box as well. Feels so quick and rushed when we've got the ball outside theirs.
Yeah.
Just like, we'll just pass it around.
This is what the City do, isn't it? They've been perfecting this for 7 years or whatever.
Oh, the ball that is.
How's that getting through? Fucking hell.
It's okay, goal kick. Yeah, City have been perfecting this style of play, haven't they, for years. They're very good at it. United are swinging between styles, and we only ever do one thing for 2 years and then try something else. Weirdly, I still feel slightly optimistic. Like it's not been a bad start. United haven't been great, but we've had dangerous moments. We've been through on goal. We've had good counter attacks.
I actually think, apart from the Onana save, you've had the best chances.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it's a penalty that you don't think is a penalty, it doesn't feel like a real goal.
Yeah, the points are still awarded, but the goal doesn't count.
Doesn't feel real.
I'm sure Haaland will hand it back.
Yeah.
Report himself to the dubious goals panel.
I think
Liverpool 3-0. They're amongst it, aren't they? Tottenham amongst it. Arsenal.
This actually feels a bit like the Leicester season again.
You'd be stunned if that's not the top four. Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, City.
So far,
we've got to try and get
better.
And Newcastle as well. Newcastle had a bad
Newcastle
start.
are all right. 2-2 yesterday against Wolves. It was okay, the game.
Even Villa look exceptional on the day. And
but we're not... Oh, that's a corner. No, because he fucked it. Who's this geezer then?
That's Vardiol. Yeah.
No, but where did he come from?
He came from Red Bull.
Red Bull?
Actually made from Red
Bull.
Yeah. He's 21. They played us in the Champions League last season, scored against us, and Guardiola couldn't stop singing his praises. And
it absorbed him into the team.
Yeah, we chased him all season. He's only like 21.
Yeah.
He looks like 46.
But he's slipped in just seamlessly. Yeah.
Following that second ball. Who's that too, man?
And what I love as well is we've had, in this game, we've had him, we've had Stones, and we've had Lindelof all in the box putting balls in.
Yeah.
It's trouble. Trouble.
See, the thing is, considering your lineup had this packed midfield, it still feels like there's so much space.
It does. It feels like, we are inviting...
It's the movement that's doing it.
Come on. Yeah. That's it. I fucking look. If Højlund is giving it,
he looks
absolutely giving it 100%.
I wish he'd have got a shot off before.
You need a team full of people who actually get it. Do you know what I mean?
All right. So thinking ahead now, who are you bringing on?
I'd look to Garnacho. I really like him in the. In the sort of half an hour period where he can sort of cause a little bit of stir.
Who would you bring him on for though?
Well, I'd look at like
Eriksen
maybe and move Bruno back into that Eriksen's position. I mean, we've still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
1-0, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, look at the bounce there.
Do you think it'll be 1-0 at half time, Ant?
I don't think so.
This.
Oh my God, what have you fucking hell?
Oh.
Joke.
They almost stopped the ball dead between them then.
Like trapped it between their
shoulders.
Maguire just misses the head.
That's awful.
You'd have done better than that, wouldn't you?
I fucking would have.
Just a bit nervy, innit?
Yeah, Maguire's head needs sorting.
Easy trimmed, doesn't he?
Yeah. He literally had the hairdryer treatment before he come out.
Yeah. Corner to see.
Julian.
Hold on.
Good head.
Go on then, push this here. Slow it down well, don't they, City? Just when you think you can
and
get stuck into them.
And the thing is, we can be like this at like 90 minutes and be behind, and we still sort of have this lackadaisical. It looks like lackadaisical, and then we just. Oh dear!
Fuck off, Jack. Jack Grealish. That's the thing. That's his best quality. His best quality is getting fouled.
See,
like Ashley
at school they would call that being bullied.
Yeah.
But,
he loves it. I think. I don't know.
But look at the thing is, the size of those calves.
Fucking kick him.
Right, if you're going hard on that, that's like kicking a lamppost.
Yeah, that's hurt Evans more than it's hurt Grealish.
This is where I'm worried.
Is worried, yeah.
Alvarez has got a shot on him, you know.
He might go for it from here. Ping this top corner. Did he get booked there, Johnny Evans?
No, I don't think he did, you know. The ref just sort of went past him and...
Can we do the rest of the half like that whenever we talk to each other?
Yeah,
I love this.
Just trained to say it for them.
Feels sick.
2-0 at half time is...
But the thing is,
awful.
But you've done it before. You've come back from 2-0 down at half time. Told you.
Yeah, it's okay. Had a shot near post. Alvarez, pretty comfortable for Onana, really.
Yeah, he's hit it better than that, but...
Yeah. He fancied the shot, didn't he? Fucking hell. Another corner to City.
Have we had a corner yet, United? Don't think we have.
I think so. Have we had a shot?
Well, that's true.
We had the same thing against Copenhagen where we don't actually have shots, but we just have counter-attacks that look really dangerous, but don't turn them into shots. So in terms of like XG and all that shit, we look terrible. But when you watch the game, we've looked quite dangerous. But like Haaland didn't even have a shot then, did he?
No.
But that was still a very dangerous position to be in.
Oh, jeez.
This is one of those.
Scary, isn't it? It's climbing on him again. Is he offside?
Are we offside there? Fucking hell.
I have to say, I am really enjoying the experience of watching Onana with you, because every time in open play he's getting the ball, I can hear your heart stopping.
It's just terrifying. And there's been, like, he's actually been quite good. What he's actually done has been good, but there's like trying to put his foot on the ball and it's gone under his foot.
Grealish again in one of those dangerous foul me positions.
That's his favourite thing. Another corner to City. The pressure's just building in.
It's
at
about
the minute,
7 or 8 now.
We've not got any outlet whatsoever. We're not able to keep it or to counter-attack. We're just desperate for half time at the minute.
But what are we doing about it? Like, what's Ten Hag doing about it?
I don't know.
Like, we went out for a goal kick before then. There's a little bit of time to sort of reassemble yourselves.
But you can't just completely, like...
Well, you can sort of
revolutionise the tactics, like at a free kick or a goal kick.
No, I don't mean... Well, you can move stuff about. You can shout at people.
Yeah.
Fucking
that doesn't always necessarily
help,
does it?
Is this just rinse and repeat?
Seems like
City
it, yeah.
do well,
struggling.
Get a corner, Maguire heads it out. City do well, get a corner, Maguire heads it out. Until eventually he goes in the back of the net.
I know. It does feel like that. Oh, fuck off, Jack Grealish. Fuck me.
I'd love to see the Joe McGrath coaching DVD.
Yeah.
Just shouting, do something, help him.
Sell a lot
do
of copies.
But the ones who bought it won everything.
Yeah,
it was
it's like that.
unbelievable.
It's a bit like Bielsa. You yourself don't do anything, but all your protégés go off and dominate football.
Yeah, it's a system that can be learned but can't be taught in a way. That doesn't even make any sense. Right, United need to get the ball because last 20 minutes we haven't really done that.
Oh God, this isn't fun. Just keep getting so much space. This goes up for another corner.
I take that. It feels like the alternative at the minute is going to be a goal at some point. Go on, Mark,
this is the
stay
thing
with
as
him.
well. It's almost dangling the temptation to you now as well that if you break, you could get a goal, but then that gives more space for us. Look at those little. This is why, you're only getting like McTominay with 8 passes in the first half hour.
Yeah.
Because so many City passes, those tiny little ones.
The Lowe's getting absolutely murdered by Grealish.
Hold on, Amrabat. Oh, he's bought it there. I don't think that was a foul.
Here we go.
Grealish, that's too much from Grealish, that.
This is, something's happening here. Whose head went to who then?
Love that. Grealish just does a little mini headbutt and then fucking runs off.
Grealish needs a word.
It won't
there.
much, but he gave it a little nod. He's not going to send him off.
When does a push become a punch?
It was his head, wasn't it?
How like that?
It was his head, I thought, was the concern.
Yellow cards both.
Oh,
I love that.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's such a cop out, that. Such shit refereeing. The old... I don't know what's happened, so I'll just blanket fucking yellow card for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not a foul. I don't...
Oh, yeah.
Grealish's punch with him was fucking hard. I'd be fuming.
I think Amrabat was fuming.
He proper pushed him with force, didn't he?
Do you know Foden's tattoo down there?
Yeah.
It reminds me slightly of... Do you remember when Rudy Giuliani's spray-on hair was dripping down his face? It's got a similar sort of line and colour to it. I wonder if that's what it is. Foden's famous sort of hair is actually just sprayed on like former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
You know, in New York, they have these little smoking bars where you can go smoke cigars.
Yeah.
And I've been to one on the first trip to New York, and I sat in what was his chair. So whenever he's in, it's his chair. Didn't realise, but like, he's not in today, it's fine.
Yeah.
And they sell cigars there, but they also have lockers, so you can put your own personal supply
store
of cigars.
them in there,
Store
in
your
the nice
cigars.
humid environment.
And
what?
These guys came in, and they gave us some cigars from their company one. So they're the company locker.
Were they good?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you into cigars, Joe? I can't imagine
I
you
don't think
smoking
I've
a
really
cigar.
smoked a cigar.
No.
I don't. I'd give it a go.
At this rate, you're not going to be smoking one today. I'll tell you this.
Oh, trouble.
Win that, Marcus. Hold on. Fucking hell. I feel sick. I feel dreadful.
It's it would be a miracle if we can get to half-time 1-0 and then try and fucking do something. It screams 2-0.
Yeah, last 20 minutes, United have really struggled to do much of anything. Their only real attack was Foden giving the ball away.
Oh, it is getting tasty.
Yeah, Bruno's starting to get frustrated, which usually isn't a good thing for United.
It's not unless he turns his frustration into...
Come on!
Oh, here we go.
Watch the run there. Well done, Johnny Evans. Amrabat there just letting Kyle Walker get goal side of him. It's just poor.
They just seem to be playing like a team, and we seem to be playing
Look at Amrabat here. He's goal side. I'll jog. And now Kyle Walker's goal side. It's just standard defending that. He just gets caught ball watching.
They're all shit.
And look, the City players seem angrier about that than the United ones.
Yeah, because there's a good chance that they've wasted. Go on, Marcus again. Well done, Harry.
Fucking hell.
Lad.
Oh, don't fall over!
Do you think he meant to?
Is that lesson 3?
Go on then, win that space
Why
there.
are you fucking going for it? Oh! Fucking hell. Right, go. Why are you slowing down so much?
No, he's got it.
Go.
Come on.
Good noise.
United actually got the ball for once.
I know, I said something. I'm sure there was a stat there that said passes since the 31st minute. United had 0 in the City's
United
third.
had 0. Just none.
No, it's
Not a
City's
single
third. United had 0
Not
passes
surprised.
since the 31st
That's how
minute.
it's
Obviously,
felt,
that's
isn't it?
changed now. How have we gone from a great opportunity to just... Oh. Help him! Oh!
I thought that was going in.
He's hit that so well, McTominay. That's a fantastic pass from Rashford. Great
him
touch,
up front.
good turn. No, it's straight at him.
Yeah.
I thought he'd had to go wider. It's a good reaction, but it's just straight at him, and you'd expect him to get it. I thought he was going top corner there. Corner to United. Ericsson. Come on.
Don't hate yourself.
I hate that.
Well,
It's so annoying that.
You
It's
are.
like, you know when you pass it out wide and someone's on the touchline and they're offside?
Keep an eye on Joe when he starts going like that. Fucking.
No, I missed that. Can we get a replay of that, please?
Crazy.
It does
Like
well there, McTominay.
A VAR of Joe knocking himself out.
Feels sick.
We've got a half-time show now, do you know that?
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl. We've got Drake coming on at half time.
Isn't it Usher this year?
That's a good one, That's a good one.
To be honest, like, he'd probably get in the team, to be honest.
Usher, yeah.
Usher?
Yeah, he can move. Like, which you severely lacking that.
Dancing through the defence.
Oh, come on, we've got a good spell it. Do something.
There you go,
Fuck
find the pass,
me.
that's alright.
Oh. How do we look so
Hold
bad
on.
sometimes?
Out left.
Wide. Oh. Right,
Too
Ericsson,
long.
Oh,
Hold on, Harry Maguire. Oh,
not bad. Oh.
shit out of that. Corner.
Come on, imagine. The roof. Go off. Keeper's coming up.
I hate this feeling. You see, I hate it. when
Imagine if
keeper
you got
comes
what
up. I
time
think
it
it's
was
see that at Chelsea yesterday when that
Yeah, I
happened?
think
What
it's
the
so
fuck?
embarrassing.
It
sending
is
the
embarrassing.
keeper
I
up. In a
do
league
that.
match, you're 9 games into the season. Goal difference is a thing. Unlucky.
Well, what did I say to you? Maguire and McTominay just having great chances.
Yeah, playing up front.
Yeah.
They've been our best players.
1 minute to go.
Goal kick to City. These little spells. This is how it's going to be, though, isn't it? Like, we can't underestimate how important it is that we do well from those spells, because we're not going to have many. That's all we're going to have. We're not going to control the ball.
God. Do not let them score now, because we've got a glimmer of hope at 1-0.
Yeah.
Well in. Oh.
Go on, Scott.
I don't like this. Haaland.
Save! Oh my God!
What a fucking save from Onana that is.
Jesus!
Fucking hell.
That is unreal. Superman here. This is Superman.
That is such a good save. Again, he's diving and he should have put it in the corner.
Oh, Haaland's
but he's
let
still
himself
brilliant.
down
he gets
there,
in a good position there. Why is he not heading it down there, Haaland?
Right, 4 minutes for the whistle, ref.
That's brilliant from Onana.
It is. I'd have that.
Oh no!
Hold on.
I swear, I feel like they're going to score.
Right, half time.
Yes!
Yes!
I thought, no, because there's a glimmer of hope.
I know.
Ten Hag gets the team in the dressing room, says, right, this is what we can do better. Maybe make a few changes.
I've just got this DVD of Joe McGrath's coaching.
Fast delivery. That's why I was cheering half time. 2-0, game's done.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not 2-0. Manchester United, 1-0 down against Man City. Joe, thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, City just looked dominating, but it wasn't disastrous. There's still a little bit of hope there. On the break, we look decent. Højlund's looking like he's ready for war. Yeah. McTominay's had a good game so far, so there is little bits of positivity that hopefully Ten Hag can work on, get them in at half time. Decent second half incoming, I think.
Yeah, what have you made of it?
You know what? We've only had a couple of moments, like apart from the penalty, where we look like scoring. So we've dominated possession, but not really converted it as such. Yeah. So it's still tight.
Yeah. We'll go over to half time. It's not even a corner; it's just a sort of wall. But for the first time ever, we've got two people at the half time show. We've got Ronaldo and we've got Angelina as well. Good to see you both.
Does my head fit in this?
Your head fits in fantastically. You're both looking great. I'll start with you, Ronaldo. What did you make of that first half, just generally?
I thought it was positive the way that we ended the half, in terms of, felt like there was a little bit of encouragement. But for most of it seemed that I think City started a little bit complacently. They probably looked past us a little bit. They got Lindelof playing out of position. You've got Evans playing next to Maguire against Haaland. But I think they've not really got out first game much, to be honest with you, Man City, and that's a concern. And I think United need to capitalise on that, because there's some opportunities when we do break away with the pace of Rashford and the pace of Højlund as well. But I think if we don't actually get the opportunities and finish them like when Scott did, I think it was central, his finish. I think Bruno's effort as well was a better chance than it actually looked in near post. I think we need to take those opportunities against City, because I'm not sure that we're going to get many. And generally throughout the course of the season, I think United have actually looked worse in the second half as well. So
we saw it against Tottenham. I mean, maybe Arsenal were slightly better in the second half, but generally it's been poor.
A majority of our worst performances come after half time, and then we come out a little bit lethargic, and then we look a lot more tired and less physical than other teams that we play against. So I'm hoping that we get a better performance in the second half. There was a bit of encouragement, but I think for the most part, City have been really, really comfortable and was unlucky not to be 2-0 down just before half time.
Ange, first of all, not seeing you in ages. How are you?
Hello, I'm all good, thanks.
Good to see you. Yeah. What did you think of that? It was weird, wasn't it? Because United, obviously not controlling the ball, but still there was some level of danger that we had, which made me feel good. There was some counter-attack, something to cling on to that we could get a goal. What did you make of it?
It was like we've got some straws to grasp onto.
Yeah, only a few.
Only a few. Don't get too excited. But yeah, I think that's the thing. I think especially with, that FA Cup final, like how quickly City can just go into that next game. I think it's always uncomfortable. But the fact that, kind of like what you said, it's been okay. It's not been as horrendous as expected. So yeah, it's been... I don't know. It's been better than what I thought. Yeah. But I think that whole thing of City not even being out of that first gear yet, that's the worrying thing here. And it's just frustrating that we have had a few chances, but we're not converting those chances. And I just feel like in the second half, we're going to be looking back thinking, those were huge chances missed, because I don't know how many more chances we're going to get.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we don't capitulate in the second half. That's my major concern.
what we got stats wise, what's it been looking like? Surely is there anything to cling on
the
to?
possession is what you'd expect.
What is
really?
it like? 65%?
Nah, the possession's actually it's a bit better than that.
Is
61. It's 61% possession to
Is
City, so they are controlling the game a lot. I think it was fairly even the possession stats for the first 15 minutes, but then after that, City controlled the game for majority. I think Joe did say a stat about we didn't have one pass in the final third.
So I think it was from minute 31 till about 42nd minute in. So that 9-minute period, not a single pass was made for United inside City's third. So they were just dominating, weren't they? Controlling the ball, having and we couldn't even get a glimpse of an attacking opportunity.
Yeah, the XG stats are also what you'd expect. They've created 1.5. I know it's a little bit with the penalty, which accounts for a lot of that. But I think that header from Haaland as well.
That must have been 0.5 or so.
Was very high XG. We've only created 0.29, which
it's weird XG
is quite interesting,
isn't it? Because, like you said, the penalty itself is 0.75 or whatever, but the actual chance that led to the penalty was just a corner that we won the header. They didn't create that XG in the same sense of the Haaland one.
Yeah, but when the shot's actually taken,
of course,
that's where.
But I mean, it can be slightly misleading, and I also think that what is misleading is Højlund, one-on-one with the keeper, didn't get a shot off. We saw United counter-attacking. Was it McTominay had Højlund one side, Rashford on the other side, didn't even get a pass off, let alone a shot off. Or he did get a shot off, it got bobbled, and like United have looked, I think, slightly more dangerous than our XG would actually suggest. Do you think that? Well, actually, why am I not talking about this? Penalty. What did you make of that?
Harsh.
I thought it was very soft. I think it was a very soft penalty. I think Rodri's kind of played Højlund a little bit there. But what I will say on Højlund, it's a little he's a striker, so you kind of give him that, but he's a little bit lazy. Yeah. He's defending. I think it's just a little bit. I don't want to run back with him. I'm just going to give him a little bit of a cheap grab. That happens a lot though in the box when people are defending their penalty area. But you can't really get away with it now with VAR.
It's one of them where you think if someone does that on the halfway line, it's a foul. But usually in the box, I don't think they give them. Do you know what I mean? I mentioned the Gabriel one on Højlund this season, where Højlund cuts back inside and Gabriel goes across him and sort of falls into him with his arm, that same like hooking round his body. That's was more of a penalty than that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely was, but it's just the inconsistency as well. But I think with the Højlund one, he did. I thought maybe it would be more of a penalty where if the ball looked like it was actually going to get to Rodri, but looked like he would have actually gone over his head a little bit. But also with VAR, have they ever gone to the TV screen and not actually given?
There's been
only
like
once
or
twice,
or two, but it's so rare.
I think part of it as well is like Rodri's not Grealish, and Rodri's a unit. He's like 6'4" or something ridiculous as well. So for him to go down, whether he felt the arm or not, that plays into the mind, I think, as well. Into physics when you see what's going on. I think the thing is you've got to worry about now is, at least this season, we've got a ridiculous record of those first 3 minutes of the second half getting a goal. And I think that's like the worst possible news for you if you concede then again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing with Man United is we're not seeing like a full solid 90-minute performance. We're just having these like peaks and troughs. And you do worry that, going into the second half, it's very, very likely that's going to be a trough moment for us, and City are going to be able to capitalise on that because they're so used to it. And they also are not going to be expecting United to be on the ball for the full 90 minutes because have we even seen that this season? Probably not. So
yeah, it does seem to be like that. I do agree. I think United haven't this season done a full 90 minutes of
it's not been
sustained performance. Yeah, it's always like we have little patches in games, but there's not like there's not a consistency level there.
You don't come away from a game being like, you know what, that full 90 minutes, everyone really put a shift in. There were some great chances. Like, I'm happy with the full 90 minutes. I've not had that feeling this season at all.
Yeah, I haven't. I want to be positive because I know a lot of people haven't been. And the first half had a little bit of optimism in it, but not too much.
There are some things to be positive about, definitely. I'd agree from that first half.
The fact we're still in the game.
We're still in the game. No, I totally agree with you on that one. So I guess going into the second half, we're allowed to be cautiously optimistic, but it's just, the way that United have been performing, it's hard to fully get on the positivity train. Especially
because the way we started the first 10 minutes, it was a bit chaotic, which you would expect from a derby. I thought we showed a little bit of promise. There was a bit of energy there, but I thought that was just because it's a derby. We're playing against City, so you're excitable, you're meant to start fast, you're playing at home, and then I did say to Angelino off camera, I thought when it will settle, that's when City kind of grab hold of the game, and then it become what we saw for a majority of the first half. But the second half is important, that if we do get one of those 2 breakaways with Hoyle and Rashford, we are clinical and we take those opportunities, because we saw the stats before the game in terms of United's forwards in the Premier League this season. It's been atrocious in terms of goals and assists and like chance conversion from the players that we have in them areas. And against City, you can't afford to be that wasteful.
It's worrying me a bit as well, the fact that we aren't turning those counter-attacks into shots, even let alone goals. Like dangerous moments, dangerous running, good running off the ball, good running with the ball, and then round the edge of the 18-yard box things sort of crumble a little bit, and that does worry me a bit. Juan Pablo says Onana the last several games has really turned it around. A couple of times where he's gone to put his foot on the ball and it's rolled away, but generally decent performance from him, innit? Like that save at the end from Haaland, not the best header in the world, but he's flying across his goal, and he's had to dive for it. It's not just straight at him. It was a good save, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was. On the whole, I've been quite impressed, especially with the amount of pressure that this guy must be under at the moment. I think he's handled himself on the whole really well in that first half. Yeah,
I'd say with Onana as well. I think he's a confidence player. Yeah, he does seem to be that kind of guy, and I think his game and his style of playing, the way he plays, relies a lot on him being confident in himself. And I think a little bit of that dwindled when he was making errors, and I think you could see that he wasn't as assured of himself, and maybe that save that he had from the penalty in midweek, that might have given him a little bit of his mojo back.
Yeah, and you can see them all, like you guys commented, during the first half, they're all hyping him up and all that kind of stuff, and it's I'd imagine stuff like that goes a long way in such an important game.
What I really liked about him though is some of those earlier mistakes in the season, he came out and owned it straight away, and I really like that as a quality in a keeper.
Well, 100%. I think having that accountability is really, really key, and it shows that so some players you kind of get that vibe that maybe they are a little bit in denial, or it's someone else's fault, or blah blah blah, whereas the fact that he takes that accountability, it makes you feel positive that he's going to be willing and open to work on those things and improve them and turn it around. And
it makes you think he cares as well.
That's true, yeah.
And that, as a fan, that's such an important thing.
Yeah, that's so true, yeah.
Oh God, this is terrifying, isn't it? I feel so nervous. I was just laughing then because I was like, I just feel shit. Like, I feel ill. I genuinely, like, my stomach's churning. I've got a headache. I need a wee, which I don't think is to do with the game, but it's not helping.
Are you
I just feel like...
Are you hungover?
No, I didn't drink last night.
Not everyone's the same as you. Calm down.
I mean, I'm doing all right.
I'm completely
yeah, you're all right.
I'm completely right.
God, it's just horrible, isn't it? What chance do you give a second half? What do you think? More of the same, but capitalise on those counter-attacks? Do you think we need to change something? Have we got the ability to change something when you look at that bench? What can we do to take this from 1-0 down to winning 2-1 or whatever?
I think that's the positive. I think United's bench looks really strong.
Yeah.
There's enough game-changing quality on it. It just depends on whether the game could then be out of sight before we make those changes. Because I think the first 15 minutes in the second half is going to be vital and important, and and that is a period of the game that United have been very, very poor. I think just generally under Ten Hag, actually, not even just this season. I think time and time again, United come out in second half very kind of almost like they're still in the change rooms almost, and they get caught out. And I think the best teams, if you do look at stats quite a lot, I think the best teams, just not in the Premier League but in world football,
do you think that's...
they're great in those in the 10 minutes before half time and the 10 minutes after.
Yeah.
Because that's when games can be won and lost.
Yeah.
Do you think that might be like maybe they're getting too much information at half time?
I was thinking that it's almost like they're still processing what they've been told to do almost, and it's like, oh crap, we're playing now. We need to, like, they're trying to still get the minds working.
Yeah, I'm just seeing this. Obviously, we can't show it because it's you can't just show football highlights. But the Højlund one on Gabriel tackling earlier this season for Arsenal, and you look at the arm coming around his body there, and it's a lot worse than the one that they gave there. I'm not saying that. That I don't think it was the worst decision ever, like I was saying before. I think you normally don't see them given. I do think it's not harsh in the sense that he didn't do anything wrong, but I think it's harsh in the sense that typically you sort of get away with that, don't you? A lot of the time you'll get away with that.
But if you look at things like, I know it's not law, but in a court of law, what tends to happen is once something happens and somebody's convicted of something, that then becomes the law and it sticks and it stays there. And precedent's exactly the word. But we don't seem to have that in football.
No.
Even when it's, as you say, carbon copy of it, it's like, well, it's open to interpretation. What was the intent?
I know.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because VAR was introduced to get rid of the human error part of the game.
Yeah.
And then, but it's still like a system that's operated by
especially
humans.
ones like that pissed me off because it wasn't a decision. The ref didn't give it. And he's gone, actually, you've really missed an obvious penalty here, mate. Like, it was a clear and obvious error. You have to go and overturn it. I just think, like, surely it should be to sort of guide the referees to something, or you've made a mistake, or maybe, you know, this is something terrible's happened here. It shouldn't be to completely referee the game from a box 50 miles away. I don't know, I just feel like ones like that where they've probably seen it, they didn't think there was much in it, and then, you know, actually, no, you've got to give a penalty now. I don't know. Obviously, I don't want it to be
sometimes the way I look at
United fan, but it just pisses me off.
Sometimes the way I look at it is if it was roles reversed, would I feel like it's a pen?
I could obviously make an argument for it.
Well, I suppose it's like the game last year when it was like, was it offside, was it not offside? That whole thing, you know, the whole debate going into it. Like, at first glance, it looked, you know, different to what it looked like on VAR.
Yeah, Mason Mount's coming on. Yeah, sorry.
For Ericsson?
I would guess it's for Ericsson, just in terms of legs, because he doesn't usually trust Ericsson to play a full 90.
Yeah.
We'll see who it is. Amrabat, apparently. Thoughts on that?
That's 2 games in a row that he's been taken off at half time, Amrabat.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a fitness thing then?
Maybe he'll say he wants more football, like he said. But wait a second. If without Amrabat, who's playing the DM?
McTominay and Ericsson. Like Casemiro and Ericsson.
So we going back to McTominay in midfield and not like
six.
high in the 6.
McTominay in the 6.
McTominay in the 6. We've missed it.
McTerrickson.
We've missed it.
Yeah, that's great. Move your goal threat to there.
Yeah, you've heard of McFred. Well, wait till you see Mount McTerrickson. It sounds like somewhere in Alaska, that, doesn't it? Can City climb Mount McTerrickson? We'll find out in the second half. Ronaldo and Ange, before you go, give me a full-time prediction.
I'll let you go, because you'll be wrong.
All right.
Like, you'll be right. It
No,
kicked off second.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I
want to say 2-1.
2-1 United.
Yeah.
I'm going 2-1 United.
2-1 United.
Well done.
Fair play.
How have you been?
How do you mean? How have I been?
You've been away, haven't you?
1-1, I think.
1-1. Could we get a bit of volage?
Yeah, I think
little flicky.
we've got a goal in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's my worry as well.
You've got a goal in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, City always score in the first 3 minutes of the second half, apparently.
Not always, but it's been
Yeah,
ridiculous
you're good
what
at
we've
it.
done.
And we're bad at it. Well done. Well done, Johnny.
Johnny. Hey, Johnny.
That's good. Ericsson on the ball. Nice little pass.
It's a nice little switcheroonie. Here we go.
Come back,
Oof.
come back. He's offside. What?
Oh, it's
That's
just
the one that
simple
pisses me
football,
off
isn't
there.
it? Wow.
Are you surprised there? Mount coming on, losing a bit of physicality in Amrabat for Mason Mount.
Yeah.
We're going for it a bit. Trying to hold the ball a bit more in midfield.
It might
Trying to attack better.
be one of the best decisions Ten Hag's made, but I did like Amrabat. I thought he was giving a bit more of an aggressive side.
Mind
to
you,
Man
he did get a booking, didn't he, towards the end, and he was playing a bit aggressive, so that's the last thing you want.
Yeah.
You don't want to send it off here 1-0
No,
down.
then it is absolute carnage, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there probably will be one, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ref.
Camera angle not particularly helpful there. It'd be good to see something from Mason Mount because he's got quality.
Today, hopefully, is the day. I mean, Onana's doing himself proud so far in the game. You'd
Free
hope.
kick. This is a free kick from what I like to call the Casemiro area, but obviously he's not on the pitch. So we've gone short to Rashford, and he's just got a nice 2-on-1 instead.
I hate when we do stuff like
Get
that.
in the box. Hold on.
I hate when it's not fought out. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind if you're going to pass it short if you know what your next stage is. But when you pass it short, it's like, oh, I've no idea.
Looked a little bit haphazard, that, didn't it? Bruno, 25 yards out. It's one.
Oh.
Oh, good save, Edison there. It bounces just as
before,
it arrives.
that's the worst thing as a keeper.
Yeah, it does well. I think if it had bounced 2 feet closer, because it bounces almost, it lands in him almost, doesn't it? If he can just get that bounce in 2 feet earlier, I think he'd really struggle there. But he just catches it as it lands.
Yeah,
it's a good save though. Still,
you generally think you're going to score in the next couple of minutes?
It's been like a real sort of danger window for us.
There you go.
Like
look.
literally, and it seems to be like we come out just picking up where we left off.
Oh,
see what I mean?
Like that, yeah.
That is a great chance, by the way.
Yeah.
If Foden wasn't so left-footed there,
Lovely
in my
ball
head,
in.
he's got to be going at this with his right foot, surely.
Oh,
He has, hasn't he? Luckily, he's very left-footed because that's not a left-footed chance. That.
No.
It's a good cross from City though, and Foden just losing Lindelof at the back post.
here we bloody go.
City haven't lost a game that they were winning at half time in 2 years. Cool.
Some fucking stat, that, isn't it?
2.5,
cheers.
yeah.
Great pass, that. It's a fucking no one.
Are you positive today, Joe? I like it. There's a lot of
I just don't
negativity
like-
and abuse.
Well, the negativity comes from them not doing simple stuff right.
Yeah.
It's all part of the
wow.
McGrath coaching
Oh my
method.
God, that was quite...
I think it's only available on video as well, even though it was released in the last 2 years.
VHS.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a goal.
Yeah, there you go. 2-0.
Easy. So easy.
Absolutely simple stuff, that.
How has Haaland got all that
All right,
space?
so it was 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, you're
What
right.
did I say
Yeah,
about
shocking.
a fucking Haaland hat-trick? It's incoming. It's so predictable.
What is that? Did no one think to mark the most prolific striker in the world? Did we think that we'd just leave him with, 5 yards around him? How does he get in this position here? That ball out there is brilliant. And then
It's
Haaland.
so poor, this.
But his
runs
movement
past
is so
Evans.
good.
Oh my fucking
It's
God.
because Evans has to go to Rodri.
But that's the thing, because he moves into a position, and then by not moving as well at the end, he gets so much space.
You must be thinking to yourself, how the fuck has that happened?
Yeah, Neville's just saying there it's the exact same chance that Onana sort of miraculously saved in the first half, but obviously you can't do that every time.
Well, this is it now, isn't it?
It almost benefits from the fact that the cross is harder to head, so he can only really go back with it because it's at the top of his jump.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. That's
So
game over now.
a little inside, Haaland has been doing some work with City in the community with some children with hearing problems. So he apparently was taught how to spell hat-trick in sign language. So if we do see that, that's something nice.
No, it's not fucking nice at all, is it?
Might as well let them have it.
Fuck off.
Fucking have it. Oh,
How
my
can you
God.
spell 115 charges in sign language? What's that look like? Fuck me.
Come on, United. 2-1 would be great if we can get it. 'Cause that means we've got something to play for.
Go on.
Give us some.
Just want some. Just look dangerous. Just
Old Trafford, you know.
and ball. Surely. Surely and ball.
Right.
And that's not a fucking foul either.
Take it quickly. And then it can't
Are
go
we
back.
looking at that or what? Just because you turn away and don't look at it, don't mean it's not on ball. Grealish just doesn't look at the ball.
It's,
Was it his leg?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or his massive balls.
No,
It's
it's
his
not on
leg.
ball. It's his leg. Great. Oh, that'd have been nice, wouldn't it?
What, to hit Jack Grealish's legs?
No, to get a penalty.
It's a bit fucking miserable, isn't it?
I just want to see a bit of
The,
fight.
the thing is, right, if I can see that City have been doing this for like game after game this season, surely like United are aware of this as well.
Yeah, but
And
what
so
do you do? I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a bit sloppy, isn't it?
Oh,
Fernandes.
I'm
Well done.
gonna
He's won it back. That's
shift
shit.
my hands and clap.
Can you do that inside your
Do you know the
t-shirt?
saying? I'd rather shake my hands and clap.
Yeah.
I might actually do it. Because I'd rather do that than see United get beat 6-0.
Well, the problem is you've got to do both because you can't leave.
True.
So you've got to do that and watch United lose, which is obviously not ideal.
You're going to scroll a new formation on the wall in your own feces as well.
Part of the
Come
John McGrath. Yeah, that's how you get. That's how you really let them know who's in charge.
Yeah.
Do the start 11 in shit. Right, who's playing then?
We've seen different managerial sort of extreme moments. The Keegan rant,
Yeah.
Or was it Phil Brown doing the team talk at halftime on the pitch?
The teacup shoe pizza in the head.
Joe McGrath's technique is you shit on your own hands and clap. When there's nothing else, that's what you do.
But yeah, again, 2 players got up for 1 header. It's just simple. Why is there no communication there? It's going to be 4-0. 5-0.
Okay.
6?
Yeah, I get it. We're gonna. No, I don't. I get it. We're gonna lose and we're shit. Fuck me.
I honestly think the emotion has played a massive part in it. It's just added to pressure.
Yeah. I get that, but
I think we've seen that almost more in the time when United have had the ball and we've been attacking. That's shite.
They've got a fucking job to do, though. Do you know what I mean? And if you can't...
That's just shit. That's just a bloke who's not that good at football trying to play football, wasn't it?
Alongside Joe's managerial, your commentary DVD.
Yeah.
That was shit. That's shit.
Just McTominay there, there's a pass on and there's a gap. And it's not easy, but sometimes you've got to do things that aren't just dead easy. Like, if you want to be a top footballer, you have to be able to do things that are slightly difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
And whenever he's got to do something that's slightly difficult, it doesn't happen.
The irony being that Pep always shouts at the players if they don't play the easy ball each time.
Fucking hell. This is what happened to the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just...
We're going to get demoralised. Leave them space, they'll find a third. We can't.
The only thing Pep might, I suppose, why would he rest players? He's got a week off, hasn't he? I thought he was in the Carabao Cup, but...
No, Newcastle knocked us out.
Oh, fuck me, you too. Fuck off. We need to weather the storm a bit here, United. Because the shell shock of that second goal, we can't let a third one go in now. We need to sort of slow it down. Just look defensively sound again. Track your men, sit back, don't leave gaps. Instead of getting, right, we've got to get one back quick. Because that's just going to, just get torn apart.
To be fair, I don't think you've looked defensively sound. You were just managing to hold it together, even with a few shakes.
But even that, I'll take that. The first half, there was times where you had the ball and United looked like we kind of had some idea of what to do. Last few minutes, it's been shaky and wobbly and gaps everywhere. Fuck's sake. Look at that. There's a lot of us running back to our own goal when we've got the ball now.
There's a lot of fucking...
It's hard to defend like that, especially if your two defenders are slow as fuck. Loads of space with Grealish. Comfortable shot. Well read there by Onana.
It's just a bit of fun now, isn't it? What's Rashford's penned in like?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Onana never seems to hold the ball when it comes in. He always punches it out or deflects it away.
Yeah, he's quite modern in that. He don't really catch it much. Look how much space he's got here. Look at that. Just a free shot. And Onana's already halfway over there by the time he hits it because it's... But there's so much space there for Grealish, isn't it?
Oh my God.
That's what I'm on about. There's just space.
Come on. Just give us something to be fucking proud about. To hold on to as a little bit of hope. Otherwise, it's just going to be 35 minutes of just watching football and thinking, when are they going to score next? Come on. Come on, United. Do something.
There he's back.
He's back.
Yeah. Big Joe McGrath.
Do something.
That's the title of the philosophy book. Do something.
Yeah. It's not a bad name, is it? And the rest.
Come on, there's 3 of you round him here. Fucking hell.
The next book in the series, Do One.
Do one. Give up, that's the final
then
one.
Final one, Doing My Head In.
Doing my head in. This is Doing My Head In. They're just They're just having a bit of a fucking day out.
What's the...
They'll be home for 7. Bit of a snack with his family, chill out, fine, innit? Oh, that was brilliant.
Oh, wow, that was like the one in the World Cup.
Haaland now wants a penalty, but then gets pulled back for that. But again, you set your stall out. If Haaland gets a hand round him here, well, why isn't it a penalty? Why isn't that a penalty?
It will be.
If the first one was a penalty, why is that not a penalty? It is the consistency that is just pure.
A lot of people in the
bollocks.
comments asking the stream's not working properly. We're not sure what's going on there. It seems fine our end, so maybe give it a little refresh if you're having issues with the stream.
But how will they know that if the...
Yeah, if you can't hear us, here's what you should do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe put a comment in the comments.
Yeah.
I think we have done.
You don't want to fucking... Oh, no, I should obviously keep watching. I was going to say, because it's miserable. Sorry. We should start doing jokes or something.
Yeah,
I quite like the cheese ones we were doing before.
Yeah. We did a spooky starting 11, me and Jay. Like, oh, my God. Do you like Halloween?
With actual players?
Yeah. Do you like Halloween?
Yeah.
Good for you. What are you going on?
Well, I'm at this awards thing
nice.
for Halloween, so it's like a black tie thing. So,
So it's not
yeah. Although I'll have the booth on.
Yeah.
But my best Halloween costume was I went as the video game God of War. Yeah. So I had no hair at the time.
I can
just
see
like
that.
the Bowie red thing across and the white face.
Yeah. Love it. What was happening there? Why was it taking so long for?
Don't know.
Oh God.
No.
They're just everywhere. How do we give the ball away and then Haaland's got it? Oof, go on, Foden. What's scary is every single one of these players can either do a really good pass or a fucking good shot.
Yeah.
So you don't know what kind of to do really. You give them a little bit too much space and they'll have a dig.
Yeah.
You get tight on them, they'll just pass it off.
I think we've had over the last couple of seasons. It's something like, 90% of the first team have scored a goal in the season.
Really?
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's
like
an incredible start.
Our strikers don't even score.
Yeah,
Our attackers
literally.
don't score.
Rashford's got 1 goal this year.
And that's it. Hoyland, Anthony,
But
Mount.
that's because he was 20 plus last season.
30 in all competitions.
And now 1 in the Premier League. Bloody hell. How many games you played? 10?
I think he's played 7. Or this is his 8th, yeah.
Speak to each other. Frig.
Well done.
Oh, that was-
That was pretty good, but help. Did you look at Varane?
I think it
Regulon?
might be a YouTube technical issue. But it looks like it should be slightly more settled now, so...
Yeah.
Stick around. Sorry about the technical issues. I think it's
Has
YouTube's end. Not much we can do, but
Smash the like
it
button.
seems to have been helped. Yeah, smash the like button as well. Smash it. I mean, just click it.
You can smash it.
Yeah.
Well.
You can smash it if you want. Take your anger.
If you're not enjoying the game, smash that like button harder.
Well done, Hazard. Brilliant. Best thing we've done all game. That.
Yeah.
Is there any hope in the comments at all?
No.
Nah, I
really.
think the comments probably were crazy. Who's getting the blame?
No one. And therefore the manager.
Generic shit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like there's no obvious one person has been terrible. It's not full of mistakes. To be fair, it's not even a performance full of mistakes from loads of players. It's just City are 15% better everywhere, and it adds up, doesn't it?
My question is this: what has Mount done? As in,
But
he came on for
he who
50
you blaming
minutes.
for this?
No, what I'm saying is, what was the tactical change? He's not transformed the way we're playing. He's not made us quicker.
No, but
we
still
still look
you
shit.
can't bring on
I'm
players
not
you
saying,
don't
but I'm
have.
saying
You can't bring Zidane and Pele on.
He made Mount come on, and he just looks like a nothing.
You'd probably get 115 charges if you did that.
That's true. Yeah, I know. I know
wasn't
what you
blaming
mean. He's
Mount
not,
then. I was
we've
like,
not
well,
seen
where
much
is he?
from him.
Where
have
is
we?
he?
We've not seen much from him at all. We've not had the ball though,
But
have we?
this is the thing. You put that situation, and we scored 3.5 minutes at the start of the half. He's only been on the pitch 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is he at fault for that?
No, he's not. I'm just saying,
But
where
our
is he?
inability to sort of come back with a counter punch. hasn't been there at all, or our ability.
But then that mindset and team that he's coming to in that situation, it's really difficult to.
Yeah. Anthony there. Who would you bring him on for?
I swear to God, if Martial comes on, I'm done.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's pretty tough going.
Yeah.
As Sunday afternoons go, it's quite tricky.
I know.
But did we all enjoy the extra hour in bed that we got last night?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially helpful after being at a wedding all day yesterday.
Here's my question. Do other countries, like, has the time gone back everywhere around the world?
No, not all at once. America does it, but not at the same time as us.
There's about 2 week difference.
Yeah.
So, like, what about Spain?
No. Are we going to get? How many countries are you planning on going?
No, because I'm thinking, do you know, they're an hour ahead, aren't they?
And not every country has it. I don't think around the equator they don't really have
also,
it.
Joe, can I blow your mind as well? When you get sort of like between Asia and Australia, there's a couple of countries there that have the time zone on the half hour.
That's
spooky.
That has stunned me, that.
I don't like that.
So,
they're what? They're just half an hour ahead?
Yeah, no, so they're half an hour ahead or behind.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Cross in.
Oh! That's crazy.
Right, bit of space, not space, but
Half an hour
we've got the
ahead.
ball around City's box here. What's
Right.
going on here? What's the pass? Ericsson dropping in really deep.
I mean, to be honest,
back.
looking at this, City seem to be half an hour ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in America,
Yeah, they're in.
because they've got 2 time zones. Is there a line?
They've got
Two more
3
less.
time zones.
3?
Yeah.
Is there a line where you can step over and...
Yeah, here we go. Bit of a chance here.
Come on!
Clip to the back post.
Oh, get amongst it, actually. Go on.
Just let fucking Kyle Walker play
That's
head
almost
tennis with himself.
bit of fucking play that, and we just now see it countering. Is there a bit in America where you're on one, you stood
Yes.
on
Yes.
the line? Is there?
Of course there is. What's the other option?
So you could be like...
That's like saying, is there a bit where you
5
can
o'clock,
stand in Wales
3
and in
o'clock,
England?
5
Yeah,
o'clock,
it's the border.
3 o'clock. It's great, that.
Yeah.
It is good. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. Can I ask more questions?
Yes, of course.
Is
Thank you
there-
for joining
is there
us.
a
You have heard of
certain-
time zones before, though,
I
haven't
know,
you?
it's mad, isn't it? Is there a certain state where there's 2 time zones in?
Yes.
Yes.
There's 2 time zones in Texas, isn't there?
Yeah, because it's
Maybe
such a big. It's one of the biggest states, and so
It's
you've got
crazy,
Eastern
that
and
is.
Central time are there.
Yeah.
Imagine you're in a place where your shop, your big shop where you do your groceries, is 2 hours ahead of you.
So get this: there's a village in Northern
I'd be
Ireland.
annoying
That,
You go, oh, what time's it shut? Oh, it's shut.
so it's basically it's a man-made line, a bit like borders. And on that note, there's a village in Northern Ireland, which is in Ireland, which is actually on the border. So, people's houses are in both the Republic and in the North.
That's crazy.
Right, come on then. Man on here, overlap.
Imagine if your house was 2
Bit of energy from United last few
Come on.
minutes.
Oh!
It's comfortable though, isn't
It's so frustrating. Crazy that. Imagine if your house was on the line of a time zone.
Well, technically, because Ireland's European, but I don't think it's classed as Europe for time zones. So Ireland, Dublin and London and Lisbon are all in the same time zone.
What time zone are we in now? I can't
Do
think.
you know about moon time?
5 o'clock.
Moon time? I can't.
Moon time. That's what I used to
Go to
used
bed.
cause chaos in the neighbourhood.
Yeah.
Mooning it
Is
out.
is this about to be a blue moon time?
No,
joke
no,
and
no.
we're all
It's not
falling
blue.
for it and
There's
we're
an
gonna
actual
get
thing.
done?
Because of Joe talking about this confusion, and you've got all these countries going to space now, there is this question about what time zone do we use when we're in space?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So they have moon time now.
Really?
Yeah, that's the new thing they come up with.
And is it the same everywhere in space?
No, because I think moon time is
Go on then,
25
go on
hours.
then. Right, come on.
Come on. Fucking use it. Oh, yeah, I tell you what.
That's such an easy pass, that is. That's unbelievably poor.
Do something, please. We're like,
Corner to United.
come on.
Got,
Number 4?
we
Number
need
3?
to score here.
Yeah, if
got-
you
if
score,
we've got any
get
chance.
a goal now. There is.
And
so
who's
much
going to
fun.
score from a corner?
Goals.
McTominay and
McTominay,
Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah.
Go on, Harry.
We don't even look like we were arsed. That's what
We
annoys
do a
me.
bit. Last couple of minutes, it's been a bit better.
Yeah.
Last few minutes has been slightly better.
Wasn't it 2 years ago? Oh, yeah.
It's a shit call on that. Yeah, it's another go at it.
At least we're getting our corner numbers up.
Clutch at that straw, Joe.
Just beat the first man this time. Why have City got twice as many players?
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. It looks like you've got 2 players in the 6-yard box.
We're not even trying to win the head. Look.
So bad.
The area that ball went into, there was 4 City players and no United players.
Oh my God. Put the fucking
We're just
ball
trying
in
to
the
get
box.
this crossing. This
What's
is our new
this
thing.
silly nonsense?
So easy, that. It's a little cross that we do that occasionally has a bit of success, but it's like we're forcing it there when there's no space and no one in the box.
I think that just sums up your afternoon there. The ball boy just threw the ball to Fernandez and he missed it.
And miscontrolled it.
No, he didn't even see it coming.
Great. Cool then. Johnny Evans playing at left back. What's happening? That's good. Oh, come on then. Find a man. It's a great pass from Eriksen. Rashford's in.
Oh, wow. He did very well until that last.
That's the first time we've looked like scoring in the second half.
That is a great pass.
It's an unbelievable pass
Is that
from
Eriksen?
Eriksen, yeah. He just takes that extra half a touch, Rashford. Lets Walker go past, and then it slightly puts him off balance there, doesn't it? It's brilliant because it lets... he does so well there.
But unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Well, that was a play then. Gutting.
Like
I now see you on the counter.
This is the thing, innit? This is what I always say, like, about taking chances. United have had 2 or 3 decent-ish chances, missed them all. You're not going to win. You're not going to get any points. In this thing where you go, we could have done it better there, but you just got to score that. You've got to score chances like that when you're 2-0 down. Because we're not going to get many better than that.
Speak more about the clocks going back. Do you know when they first did it?
They actually had a big meeting in London.
Yeah.
That's where it's called GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and they managed to pull everyone together. There's a black and white photograph of them all together in the steps by the observatory, and it was agreed because it was there that it would be in Greenwich, so that's why it's 0 there. So I'm not sure the exact year, but you're looking probably late 1800s.
Were they asked about time back in the day? I guess you couldn't really tell, could you?
Just dark or not.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
Come on. No, it's too easy though, isn't it?
Oh, great, they've got so much space here.
Haaland's in for hat-trick here.
Oh, what a save.
Haaland's been phenomenal.
He's been United's best player, probably.
We're 2-0
It's a great save. It's 1-on-1 there.
There was
so easy.
The look in Haaland's eyes then is like, this is not the guy on the DVD they gave.
He's got 20 minutes to
go.
It's with his head, I think.
He's got
closes
20
the
minutes
space
to
down
score
really
a goal now, and it's just going to be Haaland.
It does. It hits his shoulder, but his arm's up, and he closes the space down really well.
Brilliantly. And he's not gone down as well.
No, it's
That's
good
the thing.
goalkeeping, that. I'm happy for him at least, but it's a bit of a small mercy or whatever they call it.
I'll tell you who else is happy. The bookies.
Yeah. It's all gone to plan so
I
far.
don't think there's any doubt in my mind that Haaland will get the third.
There's no doubt in my mind that Haaland might get the
No.
third. That sounds like doubt to me.
I got rid of the might.
Okay, yeah.
Haaland will get a third goal. That's the headlines. Haaland hat-trick.
Again. There you go, just turn round. No one's going to be near you. Dallow's gone to... What's the formation at the minute? Dallow's playing left back.
Shit.
Silva switched over to the right for us.
City just... This is just like a training game for City, this. I'm surprised they've not carried on going that way, because we've currently got Christian Eriksen and Harry Maguire playing at left back and right back and right centre back. Hold on, you've got a fucking body. Use it, Jesus Christ! And Onana just spilled it there, got away with it. Onana and Lindelof there. Lindelof, you're allowed to put your hips into someone, actually shield the ball, not just like watch them get it.
We look very poor. Onana doing all the right, brilliant saves, but then fumbling.
Well, look at Lindelof here. Like, it's so fucking soft. The amount of times since he joined United that he's been caught stuff like that, not really getting his body in the way, not really defending properly. Højlund's come off for Garnacho. Does it? It's such a weakness of his, Lindelof. Physicality in defending. It's just poor. Lindelof's come off as well at 04.
Reguilon, I think.
Was it Reguilon?
Yeah.
Garnacho's on.
Højlund's interesting.
Yeah, he's barely touched the ball second half, has he, Højlund, to be fair?
Bit of speed as well. Bit more. Is he faster than Højlund?
It's a slightly different type of speed, isn't it? He's trickier and he's a better dribbler. Probably not as quick over 50 yards.
The mood feels bad, doesn't it? Doesn't feel...
Well, yeah, we're about to lose to fucking City again.
Yeah, but even in the build-up, even if we're coming on the back of 3 wins, it feels like there's an atmosphere.
Yeah, we're not playing well, are we? Rashford's hurt as well now, that's good. That's what you want.
You've only had 29 minutes leading at home this season.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 293 minutes
All
trailing.
the best teams do that.
Oh,
They've gone in then. Is it another corner for City?
I thought that was a worrying one.
Yeah, it looked like it went into me.
Because it's sort of
yeah. It was the right
bobbles a
height
little
and
bit.
that angle.
Yeah.
Another corner, great. What are you in now? Double figures?
Oh, easy. It's got
Well,
to be 12,
I think we
13,
got
hasn't it?
7 or 8 in the first half.
16
No,
corners.
that's shots,
Shots,
not corners.
shots.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You alright?
I can't see.
Get your glasses on.
I genuinely couldn't read that. I just thought it would pop up the corner stats.
Yeah, I know.
They're quite typing over there.
Yeah, I know, they're kind of like,
Fucking
they're
hell.
pretending they're doing some work.
Building a wall.
Oh, fucking hell. That's an easy pass there.
I'm going to get in tight like that. Just squish myself down a bit. Just hope that this all goes away.
I mean, the chat's been lovely.
Oh, great fun. I've learnt about time.
Do you want to know something that's going to blow your mind?
Yeah.
So years ago, I worked on cruise ships, and we did a round the world cruise, and you lose time if you go one way, and you gain time. So you know that you always add an hour or you lose an hour, right? So I went around the world. I went from Hong Kong to Australia, and when I passed the international date line, which is a point where you go too far, so you've got so many hours, so you just skip. I had 2 March the 4ths. Right?
Ooh, that's cool.
I had March the 4th, and then the next day was March the 4th.
They actually get paid for both of them?
No. And I'm so annoyed about it. Because they say, well, when you come back the other way, you just go from March the 4th to March the 6th. So you don't have a March the 5th, but you do get paid
it
for.
evens itself out.
But I didn't come back the other way, did I?
Oh, the fuckers.
Gutted. Yeah.
Is it good on a cruise ship?
It is. But I'll tell you what else will blow your mind. The summer sun in Norway. If you get around Norway in the middle of summer, the sun doesn't set. The sun doesn't set. It gets to about 2 o'clock in the sky, and then just stays there all day and all night.
Mad. Isn't it fascinating how cruise ships actually work? Do you know what I mean? Like something that heavy just floating. It's mad, isn't it?
I mean, at what point are we just fascinated by life on Earth?
No, but
by the fact that the sky and the wind.
Mad, isn't it?
It's a bit fundamental.
Isn't the underneath bit just like dead? There's not much to it.
It's buoyancy. It's buoyancy. That's what it's about. It's about the material. It's not about the weight. Welcome to Joe McGraw.
This cruise ship's got
cut my hands off.
Roller coaster on it and 1,400 people. It's floating.
Oh, this is so depressing, isn't it?
Would a cruise ship ever get too heavy?
Yes, obviously. Fucking hell. No, just put a sun on it and it'll be fine.
No, it's not a sun. But for example, what about if there was a...
What is your question here? Can a boat be too heavy?
Here's
Yes,
the question.
obviously.
What about if all the passengers were a bit like fucking larger than life?
Okay, so here's the
larger
way
than life.
to do it.
That isn't a weight. That's a personality trait.
If you put that bottle...
Stop taking your mood out on me.
If you put that bottle in a bath or in the canal, would it float?
Which canal?
What are you on about?
It would float, but if
Canal Street. It's not even a canal, it's a road.
Would it float? Yes.
Yeah, but could you hold it underwater?
It'd be tricky, yeah.
Yeah, but you could hold it so it wouldn't float. So that's the thing, because you're putting more force, more weight.
There's a limit.
So it would float to a certain point, but if you put enough weight and force on it, it would go under.
Mad.
I'm going under here.
You got to feel for the boys who've got to make up, who've got to tell you how much weight it can hold, can't you?
What do you mean you've got to feel for them?
If you get that wrong, and you go...
I don't think they go near it. They don't we're within
just
1
switch
ounce.
that button off.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't
It's
it?
been a risky move building the first cruise ship.
Yeah. And it matter how sort of molecules and atoms stick together to make products. Isn't it mad?
No, else is mad.
Isn't it mad that, yeah.
Yeah, but actually,
how sound waves travel through the air and make noise.
Are you just happy with all this?
I'm not happy with it, but I'm not thinking about it now. I'm more concentrating on the fact that United are fucking losing at home again.
Crazy. Yeah, but what can we do about it?
Well, it's not about trying to do anything about it. It's about how you deal with it and whether you worry about it or not.
Talk about cruise ships.
I tell you what.
Me.
I mean, Ten Hag looks like he could do with a cruise right now.
I don't even know what's gone wrong here. Look at this now. We're just running after him. Mason Mount, has he even had a touch? Has he touched the ball since he came on? I can't think of anything he's done. Look. You think...
Oh. Is he onside?
Yeah, 3-0, there you go.
Was Haaland onside, yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. There's Phil.
Foden with his customary derby goal. Fucking hell. Rodri giving loads of space edge of the box. Haaland gets the rebound, passes it to Foden. No, don't defend anyone.
On a positive note, I said it was going to be 3-1, and I also said there was going to be a goal just after half time. So my predictions mean
it isn't 3-1, so I can't give you that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Martin says, starting to think Mount was a waste. I mean, so far we've not seen anything from him, have we? Just space there, loads of space. Johnny Evans ball watching. It's just shit, innit? This is what pisses me off. I know we're 2-0 down, but just Johnny Evans just walking, ball watching. We can't switch off. Look how much space he's got in the first place, Rodri. The shot's deflected, which is frustrating as well because it makes it more difficult.
I think Onana's had a good game.
He has. He's been all right. He's not to blame for any of the goals. I wouldn't even blame him for that one, even though it's a rebound. He palms it out wide. It's not his fault that no one's near Højlund in the box twice, 3 times. He saved one of them. It's just shit, isn't it? It's just predictable as well, isn't it?
Bad. But what
there we go.
What is going on? Woo.
Fans leaving. Unfortunately, you can't do the same, Joe. You've got to stay.
Yeah.
I've got to talk about afterwards.
Cruise ship in time.
The review.
Go on then. No.
I can only imagine.
I can't imagine what the difference is like from before the game to the atmosphere in the stadium now.
Yeah, horrible. To be fair, I've not actually been there for one of the sort of big drubbings at Old Trafford. I've not seen an absolute battering before. Have you?
No, I said this is a bit of a drubbing now. 3-0.
Oh, it is a drubbing, yeah, and it's not finished yet. I was there when 2002, whenever it was, when Arsenal won the league.
Oh,
won the league at
hell.
Old Trafford.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough. But if they didn't batter us, I think it was 2-0 or 2-1. But this is United are just shit, and City are really good, and it almost is more embarrassing that there hasn't even been terrible mistakes. You can't pin it on uncharacteristic problems or he's done something he don't normally do there. He's made a mistake he don't normally make. It's just they've had all of the ball. We've not been able to stop him. We can't stop him making chances. The whole thing's just been shit. We can't make any chances for ourselves, so there's no real chance of us getting anything back. Our best chances have come from bits like this where City have given us the ball, and even then we can't even turn it into a shot most of the time, let alone a goal. And the stream's fucking broken.
I honestly think Onana is the only person that maybe can hold his head up high, but he's letting 3 goals, so how high can he hold his head up? Bruno's been poor. Rashford's poor.
Just fucking shit. Everyone's fucking faster than us. Sprints more than us. You got 3 men round him there, and he's fucking one-dimensional as fuck. Can we get the ball off him?
2 shots on target at Old Trafford.
That's good.
I think it's all just yeah.
It's just played out how it should, really, innit? City are this much better than us, and we've not allowed or made any way to sort of minimise that gap with
no. Some of the players just
energy or
give a fuck.
Anything. Oh, fucking hell. That's a booking, that, if he sees it.
I think you might get one, a consolation.
Oh, great. Let's
see if life has just been drained out of every aspect of the club, isn't it? From the players on the pitch, the fans feel. The fans even feel like
it's just got every time we have the ball, there's 3 players around him.
There's no point running now, Rashford.
I don't think it's a lack of run, though, is it? It's just like, City have got better players than us, and tactics that are better, that they know how to, like, actually do better. They can implement their tactics better than we can, and they've got better players than us.
Nearly.
Well, then Dallow's on.
And there'll be a lot of pressure now on Ten Hag.
Do you think this adds a lot?
I think this adds a lot.
Do you?
3-0 battering at home to your rivals, playing with a very poor side. But again, if he says tactics and he says something like that, then it just means, what if he has mucked it up? And then got someone to blame has to be on the head of Ten Hag.
Just fucking.
There you go.
Martial and
Anthony. That's great fun.
That's good.
Martial and Anthony. Phenomenal.
Oh, God.
What is he doing? Ten Hag, I think he's getting on my nerves more than he did last year. Why are we bringing on 2 attacking players when 3-0 down against Man City?
And
what for?
10 minutes saving Eriksen's legs.
10 minutes of incredible. We'll bring someone defensive on and just see the game out.
We're just about to bring Doku on as well.
Oh, great. He's the super quick fucking guy who's just unbelievable.
Doku on for Grealish, I reckon. And then Kovacic is coming on maybe for Rodri.
Who's on our bench?
Not many defenders.
Hannibal. Maybe someone just works harder. Varane even.
Kovacic coming on for Alvarez. Yeah, Doku for Grealish.
Doku's coming on. He'll just run rings around us for 10 minutes. And we've got 7.
Is there anything we can do about the stream, Ethan, or is it just fucked?
I've tried refreshing.
Okay.
I'm unsure what else to do. Our connection's fine from our end.
Okay.
Maybe a server issue, is it?
I don't know. I think it might be a YouTube issue. It's fucking annoying. Doku coming on. Doku's so good, he only gets to play 5 minutes every week.
Well, he's pretty much kept Grealish out of the team since he came.
I know, he is good. I just need something to cling on to. Just give me something. He is good, Doku. I know he is.
Oh, and he'll be even better with 10 minutes at Old Trafford when no one fancies a game.
When our defenders are slow anyway. Three-0's bad enough, but we can't let this become 4 and 5. Like, we have to. It has to stop at 3.
4-0 is an absolute embarrassment.
3-0's an embarrassment. 4-0's just a fucking pasty,
3-0 just
isn't it?
Screams. It's just one of those.
See offside there? It looked offside.
Even Garnacho's not having a good game. He always has a bloody good game, or at least a good run for about half an hour.
Proper chucking it down now.
They want it more. And they want it more because that's that hunger that their team and Pep puts into all the players. Why don't we want it as much? We're at Old Trafford. We just lost to Bobby Charlton. I think the blame's got to look at the captain Bruno, Ten Hag as well. Offside, great.
You know what you're saying about like all the different pressure, and you're saying they don't want it. You know, there's a lot of kids out there that would want that pressure, that would take it, that would come in and.
Yeah, but if they're shit at football, it doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, they might get a game at this.
Yeah, I know, and this is the thing. But we get to the point where you see it a lot where people say, "Oh, play the kids." Whatever. I know you're not saying that specifically, but you just think, yeah, but maybe they're only this good as well. It's hard to build teams and find players that are better than Man City. It's hard to do that. But
is that the wrong thing to be doing then? Is rather than going, let's compete with Man City, let's actually go, let's have a 5-year plan and then compete with Man City.
Yeah, but I think that's the sort of thing that United need. But I don't know. You can't tell the world that a manager's got 5 years in him, and no matter what happens, he ain't going anywhere because you get Alan Pardew at Newcastle,
whose contract's only just run out.
Yeah, like genuinely, that is an issue. You can't have that. So the alternative is a manager has to have the risk of being sacked at all times. Otherwise, he'll never push hard enough to win things. But then what happens is with the pressure that you described before the game of we still expect United to win trophies season in, season out, despite the fact that we're not that good. And then if you don't meet up to these expectations, which by this point are borderline unfair, you get sacked. And we're almost in this sort of spiral where we either need a genius crop of players to come through the academy or some really fluky transfers, or we need a complete rewrite of who's bringing the players in, the CEO, the sporting director, the maybe the coaches, maybe the management, who knows, but certainly the scouts and the people above that. Like, what the teams who've come back from being shit with high pressure to being good, Liverpool did it, but it took them 30 years, and Klopp, and bits and bobs like a Suarez season along the way to give them a bit of confidence, and then Salah. Mm-hmm. And Arsenal look like they're doing it now. And how much shit have they had to go through for 20 years since they won the league?
Newcastle might be on the road to that as well.
Newcastle might be, yeah, but even then they're not really challenging for league titles, are they? They're looking good, but they're not really, It's really difficult to go from a team that wins the league to a team that doesn't win the league and look close to winning it again. That cycle looks like a 20-year cycle unless you're Chelsea. It's hard, isn't it? I don't know what the answer is, but having the things above, like we said before the game, Joe, about what City have got and the people in charge, and charges aside, the people actually doing the job at City day in day out are very good at their jobs. We need to at least start with that, because it's just every time City make a pass,
it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. Mason Anderson says, genuinely wish we'd get relegated. I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, it worked all right for us. That was
it only took them getting relegated 4 times, and then the next thing you know. Can't even foul people at the minute.
Oh, Anthony. Yeah.
Someone said I'm starting to believe Sancho was spot on about
that is a proper Karate Kid sweep the leg.
And Doku sticks his finger in his face. Fucking hell. Asim says, Joe, relegation is another option you forgot on how we can change things at this club. I don't think it's an option that's needed.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a team get relegated and come back and win the league?
Leicester.
Yeah, but they didn't go from being a top team, did they?
Doku. Here he is, Doku.
And also some clubs get relegated and it takes them forever to get back. I mean, Sunderland are still struggling. Yeah. Leeds, it took them 30 years almost.
Yeah. Teams like Sheffield Wednesday at the start of the Premier League were sort of a staple.
Yeah.
Got relegated in '99 and haven't been back since. Spent more years in League One than they have in the Championship.
Yeah. Charlton have never made it back up. Yeah.
Yeah, but even local teams, Bolton and Wigan.
Yeah, exactly. I think United need a wake-up call, but I don't think relegation is the one. I'm glad there's only 4 minutes stoppage time at least.
Well, there's a minute to go.
Still get a draw.
Oh.
Everyone's let themselves down today. Everyone.
Yeah, I think Onana's probably been our best player.
Yeah, but 3 goals conceded.
I know, but that's a pretty sort of. You can look at the goals that have gone in. You can't blame him for them, really, can you?
No.
Do you think
the penalty was obviously not, I don't know what they were two. What's happening here? Why is Doc here?
Don't know. Just got a fucking.
Oh, they're having afters after before. That's
You
what
just
it
got
was.
to say,
Anthony
listen,
Doku's still scrapping.
there's fucking 2 minutes left. Stop arguing with each other.
Yeah. Anthony's not happy.
He's not.
We're into added time and injury time, and I reckon we can still see a red card here.
Anthony looks like he's trying for one.
Yep. Blow my head off.
They're going to let Haaland have the free kick. Wow.
Has he ever taken a free kick before?
Yeah.
Did he score?
He's good.
Because he's good. He's
He's
fucking
a
Haaland.
great
He's
taker- he's a great shot taker, isn't he? It makes sense.
Oh, there was spitting there, it looks like.
Spitting?
I don't know what he did. Anthony did something, moved his mouth towards Doku, didn't he? Can't really see from
Oh,
there.
it could have just been a kiss, but
Could have been a kiss. Could have been a little shout in his ear.
So
we
we
could
needed
do
it.
with more
Oh,
kisses
spitting
than
is
spitting
nice.
in life, to be honest.
He didn't react like he'd spat on him, did he?
I don't think there is. People will start to talk about. There is no one who could come in now and get a grip of these players and the club and do anything. If this goes in, I'm done. Oh, I went straight to the wall.
Right, full time. Have we got the review set up and everything? Yeah. Yeah, stay where you are. We'll get the stream sorted for the review. We'll fucking switch the internet off and we might turn it back on if we're lucky. United 0, City 3. Just quick thoughts, John.
Yeah, it's just every single person today just let themselves down, from the players to the coaching staff to it was a very bad game of football for Man United.
Yeah.
To get beat 3-0 in these circumstances, awful, and it's. United fans are just like, do we have to do this again?
Yeah.
I thought things were changing,
I know.
but they're not. I think that's what's really what's doing my head in. I thought we turned the corner a bit, but no, we're getting beat still at Old Trafford by rivals.
We are.
By 3 or more goals.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Just quick thoughts.
Back into
I mean,
the
sort of City, they're the better team. They've won the game comfortably.
Yeah, I think if you'd got us a couple of weeks ago, it could have been a different story.
Yeah.
I just sorry we were in the day for the send off for Bobby. So.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. Right, we'll be back in a few minutes for the full review. Like I said, we'll sort out the stream, so make sure you come back for that. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for watching at home. We'll see you in a bit.